Lexx entry, the world turns to sea. The power and grace of destiny is free. With the sun at their back and the stars in their flight, the island's champion shining so bright. Palm trees sway when the story unfolds. The echoes of triumphant breezes bold. Lexx paints the skies with an unstoppable might. Every stage it becomes their light. In the heart of the sea where champions reside, Lexx Henry reigns on a decimal tide. Strength in the name, courage in their voice. The island roars, it's made its choice. Lexx Henry, the world turns to sea. The power and grace of destiny's free. With the sun at their back and the stars in their flight, the island's champion shining so bright. On the heart of the sea where champions reside, Lexx Henry reigns an unstoppable tide. Strength in the name, courage in their voice. The island roars, it's made its choice. Lexx Henry, the world turns to sea. The power and grace of destiny is free. With the sun at their back and the stars in their flight, the island's champion shining so bright. On the shores of glory, they carve their name. Lexx Henry unyielding, the island's flame. Forever walking within the clouds gleam. The world's greatest star, the island's dream.
Let's freaking go, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, February 11th. On our road to 20,000. I see you guys in the chat pumped up and ready to roll. We got 45 likes, over 96 people in here. Thank you for tuning in. We got so much to get into since the last time we streamed. The show never stops. WWE 2k26 is just around the corner. We keep getting closer and closer with each stream and video that we put out. And today is no different, man. I'm looking forward to chatting with you guys, seeing how the community has been feeling. I know I've been a little bit under the weather, unfortunately. Yesterday, I dropped a new video, so if you haven't seen that, check it out. I see you guys asking me how have I been feeling. Thank you for asking. Thank you for checking in on me, man. I sure as hell needed it. Kenny texted me as well. I'm still getting over it. I don't know if you could tell in my voice. It's a little messed up. I'm a little congested, but I am for sure on the other end of this nasty cold that really kicked my ass for well over a week now. I've been drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated, trying to, just feel better and deliver as much content at the same time. with and for you guys. So no need to call the ambulance. No. We're here, ready to roll as good as we can be for now. Taking my vitamins, eating my greens, and saying my prayers. Oh man, we got what? Timothy Kartuki, Lex, what's going on, Timothy? So let's give a shout out to everyone out here to start this show. We got Golden Star electrolytes. I know, but I haven't really been drinking Gator. I've actually been trying to watch my sugars as well, man. I'm trying to. This past week was the first time I had a piece of cake or anything sweet in well over a month. I've been eating no sugar on purpose, trying to stay away as much as I can from that. But yeah, that's besides the point. Let's say what's up to the chat because we got Byron, Gigia, Leba, T Beast, Phenomenal Ace, Devin, Tribal One, Sammy, Anderson, Dan, Jesse, Ace, Swizzy, James, Ryan, Golden Star, Straight Edge. We got Karduki. The cold came from the snow. It really did, bro. That cold really kicked my arse. Timothy, Michael, Ultimate, Wrestle Addict, Endrit, VJ. I know we got Leader, we got Gato, we got Double A. Let's see who else. Spencer, Sammy, Shift, Kyron. I think we went over just about everyone I could see in my sight. Yes, staying hydrated. What's going on, man? Lex don't need an ambulance because he got... We can't do the ambulance, Mitch. Big W's this week. Yeah, man. Look, we have gotten a good batch of positive news. I feel like we've seen and have heard a lot of positive details within the last week or so. Very little for me to be upset and a lot for me to be excited. What up, YT? Yeah. What up, Kev? You want to see Creation Suite? I know that's coming up, man. What up, Nightmare? You finally got current gen Xbox? Wow, right on time, huh? Right on time. What up, Samuel? Blue Eyes, I see you, man. 30 minutes late? I'm not late, though. How am I late? Would you rather me build anticipation, right? Get everyone inside, share that I'm live streaming, let YouTube put out the messages that I'm going live, and then go live when there's actual people in the chat, right? And then just sit back for less than 5 minutes, because that's what I did. I waited less than 5 minutes. I looked at the timer, and then I came on here and I started talking immediately. We got to get as many people as we can. What do we get? We got a notification here, but it's not, it glitched. It's not showing what the notification for, but maybe it was a subscriber. I don't know why it glitched on my end. I didn't see anything, but thank you. Thank you for wanting me to start immediately. I'll be honest, ever since that Take-Two earnings call last week, Take-Two has been on a good roll. What up, Julian? I'm feeling a little bit better, man. Don't you dare be sour. Lex Hendry is here. Can you feel the power? So you see down here, the headline is new entrances, new screenshots. They've been revealed. We also got like this ringside report that gave us a bunch of showcase information. I wanted to basically go in a little deeper with the article and just kind of go back and forth, bouncing ideas with you guys on what we like and what we don't like. So I think that, you know, it's no secret. I like starting off the stream, getting through the annoying stuff first, I guess, is the best way to say it, right? Because there's been quite a bit to be annoyed by when it comes to, you know, the ringside pass or the lack of information or can they do this better? Kane doesn't look that good. Maurice is not updated. I mean, I've seen the Discord exchanges, I've seen the Twitter comments, I've seen, the YouTube replies as well. I've been on point trying to stay in touch with what's happening within the community. That way I can give you guys my feedback on it as well when we're talking about it here live. What's up, Omar? How's it going? People got to be patient. I mean, a lot of people were getting worried, even with Royce Keys not coming out on Raw or SmackDown or even being mentioned all that much. But you got to remember, they put him in a video package on Raw showing that he was at the Rumble. Why would WWE want to fire him right away? I mean, we would have heard if he actually got fired because they would have put that out. Instead, he put out a tweet himself showing that he was at the corporate warehouse or building to do the podcast with Stephanie McMahon. So people just want to complain just with everything. And some things are justified and understandable, very valid. I get where you're coming from, but then there's other things that are very questionable and very much out of pocket. A lot of people getting more and more impatient nowadays. Listen, everyone wants to know everything like right now. And one of the biggest things that I feel is accurate is that if you're going to launch a ringside pass or something super different from what you've done in the past, at least have a press release or a huge advertisement or something with someone in the community. Like they had some within the community already share information. Why not have had something prepared to properly deliver the ringside pass so people wouldn't just start making up crap? And I'm one of them too. Like, I reacted in real time. I uploaded that video in real time, and it was because of the way it was handled. And we're in this day and age that it's very much a whole new world when it comes to information being put out, AI and just fake news and things that can get in the way to promote what otherwise feels like is going to be something special. Because 2k26 to me personally feels very, very special. So I wanted to address one of my most recent exchanges on YouTube that I had. A very peaceful, very cool exchange that I had. It's nothing crazy. People sending death threats to developers. I think that just goes to show that there's a lot of people out there that need to get more help than they like to maybe be aware of. People that are just not right in their mind. And you got to be careful with who you're having those exchanges with online, because you just don't know who's on the other side of that keyboard. Whether they're a warrior, whether they're being serious or playing around, you just don't know the tone. And that could lead to some misunderstandings. But for me personally, I'm always on here telling you guys, I take this all very lightly. In terms of our exchanges, I never get butthurt or really sour about interacting with people that are sharing their complaints or their opinion. I like discussions. I like conversations. That is really what this channel has been thriving off of, right? If you guys look at the content that I've been doing within the last, I don't know how many years now with 2K22 and beyond, I like to put my own creative twist to certain things that I want to upload, especially when the game comes out. I like talking about Universe, my GM, how I set it up, what I do with it. I like talking about the soundtrack, reviewing the soundtrack. Hell, I even do a WWE 2K menus review, like where I legit show the menus and talk about the menus and give my opinion on the menus. I like dissecting little things about the game that mean something to me personally, and then kind of go off of that and start uploading other stuff on top of the updates on a yearly basis. But what I'm trying to get to is that all the videos that I do, it's an open conversation with you guys, the viewers that are here right now, and those that tune in to all the videos that you guys know you watch. I'm trying to just create a discussion. There's a bit of information, there's details to be put out by us as fans, and I like going over it. But what I get from that, right, the exchange that I get, it's not necessarily like a financial exchange where I'm getting paid by anyone. My form of payment comes in, and this may come off as corny for some of you guys, and you may not believe this because You know, some people think that just because I'm uploading a video and I have X amount of subscribers or X amount of views or whatever the case may be, they all automatically write me off as like I'm compromised, as like I'm not giving you guys my honest opinion. And I just think that it's not fair for the rest of the people that read that, and they'll think that because one person says it, it's like a snowball, right, of misinformation. And you know, it's just not true. It's just not true. And this is leading and building up towards what I'm going to read you guys right now. And it was a fun exchange because I was never going to engage in this exchange and make it something that it wouldn't be favorable for me, in the sense of like, I'm not going to turn it into a negative or a back and forth. I'm not trying to fight with anybody on here. I could give 3 craps about, you know, if people think one way or another of me, but what I don't want them to do is put out lies for other people to think that what they're saying is true. Like, you could feel however you want about me, but I don't want other people to start thinking that what you're saying is true just because I blew it off, you know? So this was really funny. So one person wrote to me, and I'm reading it off of my phone on YouTube. Sheesh, like I've been saying, I'm gonna just wait for 2k27. 2k26 doesn't seem like it's gonna be bad, but I'm gonna wait. By all means, that is totally fine. Who hurt Lexx? Nobody hurt me. Nobody hurt me at all. What do you mean, who hurt Lexx? I'm here. Not even the cold could get me down. I'm here. Nobody hurting me. Not on here, at least. So I replied, 26 is looking real nice, not gonna lie. That was my reply. Someone else jumped in and says, it looks the same as last year, bruh. Look, it looks the same as last year. Now, we've had this conversation. If you're not adding context to what you're saying, and you're not really giving me depth, and you're not giving me, you know, any real details in how you feel, you're just saying it looks the same, I'm just gonna kind of like laugh it off. So it looks the same as last year, he says. I put LOL, and I put the laughing face because I thought it was funny. No context, just it looks the same. All right, cool, it looks the same. He replies, I'm just saying, bro. Doubling down. I'm just saying, bro. So he doubles down. And I said, you're not saying anything, though. And I put another laughing emoji. I'm like, you're not saying anything. Lack of context. Exactly. So I said, you're not saying anything, though. It made me laugh. This is what I wrote. It made me laugh because they've shown plenty of screenshots and clips from 26 that already look different from 25, even if they share obvious similarities, which by all means, there are some characters that still need to be updated and worked on, but there's some like Penta. Like, Penta wears the same gear on Raw. Penta hasn't changed. We don't know how he's aged because he wears almost like a onesie type of suit, only his arms are shown with the tattoos, and he's wearing a mask, and he's like covered from head to toe pretty much. We don't really know much about his look, other than he's been wearing the same color for whatever reason. I don't know if it's WWE not allowing him, or he's trying to save some cash on the gear, because he has had some gear at different pay-per-views, but for the most part, when he wrestles on Raw, we see him wearing the black and red. Yeah, I wanted a new Penta attire colorway. That's how I see it. Like, I want to see him with a different colorway, but in terms of the attire, I mean, let's see. Hopefully they update him throughout the year, but he's not a priority because he's been wearing the same attire. So I did say it made me laugh because they've shown plenty of screenshots and clips from 26 that already look different from 25, meaning they have shown plenty of different, like Drew McIntyre looks different. You can't tell me Drew McIntyre looks the same. Naomi looks different. Can't tell me she looks the same. So then I also said, if they, it sounds like you're not enjoying it. It sounds like you're not enjoying it, which is totally fine. I even put like a winking emoji, like letting him know, hey, you're not enjoying it. It's okay. So this is the part that it gets a little interesting, ladies and gentlemen. You know, this is the part that really had me laughing for real. Dude, the only reason you promoting this game, I'm reading word for word. Dude, the only reason you promoting this game because WWE 2K is a monopoly. If we had other options to play, you would be singing a different tune, bruh. WWE 2K is nothing more than a copy and paste microtransaction joke of a game. LOL. That's what he said. Now, to add more context, I do agree with him in terms of the microtransactions. When have I ever not complained or talked poorly about the microtransactions? I've even stood on business. I didn't buy Brock Lesnar. I didn't buy Goldberg. I earned Goldberg through playing time. Like, I am like one of the many that have shared their concerns about microtransactions. And I am constantly giving them hell for trying to flip this game into the business that it's become. And I don't agree with the $150 edition or 4 different editions. And I don't agree with these tactics that have really soured the community in a way where you got people feeling the way they feel. And it's okay to express that and share that. I do that all the time. But I also give them credit where credit is due because I enjoy the damn game. I'm a fan of the game. I mean, guys, I am looking forward to 2k26. You know what I'm going to do? I told you I haven't been eating sweets, right? All of January, I didn't eat any sugar. Most of February, I didn't eat any sugar. Unfortunately, Super Bowl weekend, my wife brought back from her parents' house, my in-laws, she brought back this awesome strawberry cake, and the temptation was just too much. I was already like, no, I can't have sugar. You know why I can't have sugar? Because I am glazing so hard on WWE 2k26. I am glazing so hard on this game that I am saving all my sugar diabetic cravings till 2k26 comes out because I am going to get a fat box of exactly, leader. Exactly. I'm getting that Krispy Kreme box of donuts, and I'm going to be taking a brand new photo for my profile picture. I haven't had the Ultimate Glazer box of donuts since last year, and we are once again gonna celebrate 2k26 with a fat box of donuts. So I am going to take the rest of February off from eating all sorts of sugars once again, so I could go ahead and have that gigantic box of donuts on stream, on video, and we're going to make a brand new glazing video. Sean, thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much for subscribing. Every time I click on your video, you're whining about someone in the comments and not talking about the game, lame as hell. Wait, this is a stream. We're supposed to engage in conversation, and I'm supposed to read the comments to give people attention because that's what we're doing, right? Or do you guys want me to just blow you off completely and go talk about what I'm here to talk about with the new updates and details and not interact? You guys want no interaction? Is that what you want, Daniel? You want me to not talk to you and read the comments? Is that gonna make you feel a little better? Thank you for subscribing, Kyle. Because every video you click on, I'm talking about the comments? No, the videos that I do, I'm talking about the news and I'm updating the people on what's been put out. And I'm sharing my thoughts. I mean, what do you want me to do, Daniel? I'm here to satisfy you, bud. I'm sorry. Daniel wants me to read his comment out loud. He wants my attention. You got it, buddy. I'm here. Do you want a little hug like Paul? So, this was my reply. Remember, he said, dude, the only reason you're promoting this game. He said, dude, the only reason you're promoting this game. That's what he said. And I said, you know what? Okay. I said, dude, the only reason you're telling me this, it's because you don't like the game and aren't enjoying the announcements. That doesn't mean I have to feel the same way. I'm not promoting the game. I'm not, guys. I'm not here to promote the game. And this is why I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to share more insight. I'm not here to promote the game. I'm not here to influence. I'm not here to get you to pre-order it. Hey, guys, go out of your way and buy the $150 edition, guys. Oh my God, the show never stops. This game is gonna be so lit. Go pre-order the game. I'm here to promote 2K because they're paying me. 2K is paying me to promote their game. Yeah, you guys are gonna get a free game, and you guys are going to pre-order that game, and it's $150. I'm not gonna do that, bro. I'm going to enjoy it because I'm enjoying it. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts. So I replied to him. I replied, I'm not promoting the game. I'm discussing these announcements and sharing my opinion on it. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I have no horse in this race. And when we did have, when we did have another game like AEW Fight Forever, I played that. I enjoyed that. I talked about that. I shared that. And it was the same thing. I just wanted to have fun with it. I had fun with AEW Fight Forever. I had fun with WWE 2K. I wish Wrestling Code would come out, but you guys saw what happened with Wrestling Code. They haven't even renewed the the copyright trademark for their title. I'm waiting for Wrestling Code. That roster is gonna be insane whenever that game drops. And then what else did I say? I play these titles to have fun. I don't care what y'all buy or don't. And I don't mean to be harsh about that, but I honestly don't care about how you guys decide to go about it. I can't care. I can't care, man. Why am I worried about someone else's pockets, you know? You're assuming you know something that is just not true. The one thing you do know, though, is how you feel about it, which makes it your opinion, and I respect it. It's all love at the end of the day from my end, so no need to come push your narrative on me to make sense of how you feel. And the reason why I ended it with love and passion and joy, guys, is because that is all that matters. That's why I read you guys that comment. That's why I read you guys my reply, because this is about fun, and that is something I will constantly talk about on here. I don't care if somebody gets mad or upset because I'm not going over the same information and I'm not milking it and I'm not stretching it. No, we're here to have a conversation, bro. Get over it. Right now, the game ain't out. We ain't playing the game. I can't play the game right now. Otherwise, I'd be playing. We'd be talking and playing at the same time. What up, Justin? How's it going, man? I've been all right. I've been better. I've been sick. It's just a delay for the renewal? Yeah, I saw it. I saw it after. Where's Kenny? Kenny is somewhere. Hopefully hiding and lurking between the bushes, getting ready, because Friday we're going to be streaming with Kenny. You guys are probably wondering, well, when is the next live stream? Well, we still have a long way to go with this live stream right now as we speak, but Friday, look at Kenny right there. Kenny is going to be putting together an awesome podcast, and we're going to be talking about all this 2k26 cheese. I got some water. No glazing tonight. No donuts for me tonight. You and Kenny make a great team. Thank you, Joseph. I'm really glad you've enjoyed the content. I know a lot of people have responded positively to those videos and collaborations all together. And we're trying our best to continue putting them out for you guys to enjoy as we wait for 2k26. And when 2k26 launches, hopefully there's more to the island so we could hang out in the island and do so many other things. We were planning to do some LWF last year, but it kind of fell apart there at the end, unfortunately. You're counting down to March 6th for this game to begin. I'm totally excited. Dude, I am, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited for sure. I was thinking about that today when I was getting ready to do the thumbnail for this stream. I was putting the thumbnail for this stream and getting ready to schedule it. No, I'm not hesitant at all. Actually, I was holding my breath because I had to burp. I felt like I had like a hiccup or something. But I am 100% excited. It's crazy to think that, Yeah, but something happened with your AC? What do you mean? My AC? Well, my AC was messed up last year. Yeah, my AC did mess up last year. You're right. I forgot about that, man. Don't remind me because summer's going to be coming up and I don't want my AC to break down again. Is Kenny taking your nickname, Lex, because you said his name and he appeared? He's the real, he's the Ken Hendry. I have a $120 gift card. Wow, so you're ready to roll. Are we getting news tomorrow, State of Play? That's for PlayStation, and they are going to showcase some stuff there. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Thank you for bringing that up. So tomorrow's February 12th. There's going to be a PlayStation State of Play. I don't know if you guys remember last year when they did the PlayStation State of Play. That's when they revealed the island, which I thought was amazing. I thought it was so cool that we got the island information video. So I'm hoping tomorrow is something that big again. But I'm not too sure what that information is going to look like just yet. So I don't want to put out false hope, because what if it's just like a recycled gameplay like they did for the Nintendo Direct? Nintendo Direct just basically showcased, oh yeah, WWE 2k is coming, and they showed some CM Punk gameplay, showcase or whatever, but they didn't really reveal a whole lot. So this week, what we ended up getting though, we ended up getting the showcase breakdown. And I don't want to like read word for word on the breakdown, but I do want to show you guys on their page. Let me pull it up on my end real quick. Show you guys here. PC screen, is it open? Yes, here it is. So when you go up here to their page, you can see all the ringside reports that they've put together. Okay, like they have a hub, and these are all the reports that they've put out so far. Okay, so we have the ringside pass, we have the gameplay, and then we got the showcase. All right here. So showcase was the one that just came out. One of the more interesting things that I wanted to highlight from this breakdown here was that, Night of Champions is not listed anywhere here. So that means that we're still waiting for some more historical matches. Hopefully it doesn't get leaked. I would like to see that as a surprise. I doubt we'll get surprised. I'm sure it'll get spoiled, actually. I mean, we'll get surprised, but it'll get spoiled before the game comes out. We're not going to get surprised when the game comes out, because that someone's going to put out the information at some point eventually, which is cool. It is what it is. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. We're in that era that we just know everything before everything. So we do have the Fantasy Warfare. Right now, they only have 3 matches listed. We don't know if we'll get more than 3. Those matches seem pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. There's not much I could say about these matches. I hope they're not filler. I hope that they have some kind of CM Punk interaction. But I did want to talk about the what if matches, because the what if matches, they're saying that what if he never left in 2014? What if certain rivalries went different? What if redemption came sooner? I want to see if this is going to cover even more matches that we are aware of. Like, I want to see if it's something totally different and unique, maybe using some of the new match types too. But what I was trying to get at here was the gauntlet. The gauntlet is something that is answering pretty much the complaints for the people that didn't want to play the entire showcase, because the showcase, I mean, they already have here listed, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 matches confirmed. There's a few more that haven't been. And then you got another 3, that's 13 total. And then plus whatever what if and, whatever other surprise. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get almost 20 matches in showcase. Think about it. 20 matches. If you don't want to play that, you could do 20 consecutive opponents instead. That's what the gauntlet is. Okay, so 20 seems to be the magic number just based on what they're hinting at. I don't know if that's what it'll be for sure, but that's just my prediction personally. So let's say that they do the 20 matches. There's still room there for some cool things that we just don't know about yet. And for those that hated the fact that you had to play through Showcase to unlock everything over and over and over, you lose your data, you have to do it again. Now you don't have to worry about that, because within the gauntlet, if you do the 20 man gauntlet and you win the gauntlet, you get everything. Everything gets unlocked, and you end up doing the showcase whenever you want for fun. So I thought that was a good solution, because this year there's no accelerator. You know, Lex, I'm worried that they beefed up this game because of how hard the ringside pass is going to be. That's a good worry. But guys, look, let me stop the music in the background real quick, because I could hear it too, and I want you guys to, you know, every once in a while I get serious throughout the stream, and I talk to you guys basically about the concerns within the community. I don't think you guys have to worry too much about doing the progress within the battle pass. Let's just call it the battle pass to make it easier for everyone to kind of understand where we're going here. The battle pass is meant to feel like a grind, all right? And I know that that's like the biggest kryptonite in gaming altogether, because the battle pass means money, it means grind, it means endless amounts of hours, and it means like basically that the game is going to force you to play a certain way. What I like about WWE 2K in comparison to these other games, and I've touched base on this, but I guess we could talk about it in a different light. I like that they're letting you really go in and play this game however you want to play it. They're not saying you got to play on the hardest difficulty. They're not saying that you have to mess with this, that, or the other to get things done. They said they will deliver challenges for you guys to get more XP. They said that you can play any game mode, meaning you could play this game on easy. Sure, you're probably not going to get as much XP, but guys, don't worry about having to spend extra time just playing the game. Like, play the game however you want to play the game. Yes, you're going to be missing some wrestlers. I get it. I get it. That is annoying that you were used to getting everything unlocked day one. Guys, it's not going to be that complicated. I promise you. Yes, this is a business. Yes, they're trying to get you to spend money on the tier skips. That is for whoever wants to enjoy that. But I'm trying to basically tell you guys to not stress this, because you were always going to play the game anyways. When you're playing My Rise, if you even play My Rise, but when you're playing My Rise, you can earn progression for the season there. And guess what? When you're playing My Rise, you couldn't even use the legends anyways, or the DLC characters anyways, because My Rise, it's a story that's already set up. The island is the same thing. My faction is the same thing. Now, if you play My GM, you play universe mode, and that's all that you play, then I totally see your point about being worried that now you don't have everyone there all at once. But if you're paying for the DLC, you're getting 1 out of 4, unlocked immediately from the DLC. The other 3, which is what I meant to say, are going to be grindable. And it's funny, you're saying, I pay for something I should own. It's common sense. It's almost like I want to take on this challenge. I want to take on this conversation, Pats Nation. You know why I want to take this on? Because just because they're changing the way the game is meant to be played now through this progression system, it doesn't make it the worst game or the worst thing in the world. It makes it inconvenient for some people that wanted to experience it a certain way, yes. But when you buy a game like a God of War, The Witcher 3, Cyberpunk, Spider-Man, any of them, 1, 2, it doesn't matter. When you buy all these games that are available out there, even the racing games that I play, I'm sorry to tell you, bud, you don't get every single car with all the things unlocked for the car to make the car really fast immediately when the game comes out. You don't load. I'm still playing Test Drive and Forza, and I still don't have all the cars that are available in the game still. And there's plenty of cars that I love, but they cost millions of in-game cash because there's a progression system there. It's not even a battle pass. It's literally just there, and I can't afford it because I have to do like a gazillion races to earn it, or I could get it through story mode or whatever, that you play the game and you grind and level up or whatever within the story. So those games have a certain progression system. Those are racing games. Lex, no, but that's different. That's always been that way. All right, fair enough. Fine. Let's talk about playing The Witcher. Oh, but I don't play The Witcher. Fine, let's talk about Cyberpunk. Pick a game that you actually play in your mind and let's play the conversation out. Point is, when you play Spider-Man, right, you don't have all of his abilities day one. You don't have all the web slinging additions that he does with different animations where you can kill off multiple opponents in a particular fashion. You have to earn that as you play the game. You got to unlock those moves. You got to spend your skill points on certain elements of the character just to really start to see Spider-Man evolve. There's an evolution through the game with the character. Batman Arkham's the same thing. Assassin's Creed, the same thing. I mean, I could continue to list all these games that you play and you pay $70 or $100 for the deluxe edition and you don't have those things yet because you have to play the game for what it is. You don't even have the Spider-Man suits. Exactly. You can't even change the way your character looks. What up, Wesley? Good night, man. So let's play that game and let's see how it is. And all these games, especially the RPG games. Yeah, GTA, you don't, bro, in GTA, you don't have a car. You don't have any weapons. You don't have any money in your bank account. Even GTA Online, you got to freaking do things to earn money. To be able to buy the cars, to be able to buy the garages, to park your cars. Like, you have to earn all those things. All of a sudden, they did this DLC pass with the accelerator and all these things that automatically gave everything off rip. Great. You like that. You enjoyed that. More power to you. I am not denying that there are people out there that like playing that way. Just like there's people out there that like playing these games that I've mentioned with certain, altering cheat codes. Well, not the newer games, but the older games back then used to give you like unlimited health, unlimited power, unlimited this. Like, you have to progress through the story. In WWE 2K, you're going to have to play the game. You're just going to have to play the game however you play it. It doesn't mean you're forced to play it in just that particular way. And like I said, you're not going to have everything at launch, but I promise you, if you play the game just a couple of hours or just a couple of matches per day, let's say that you get home from work, you get home from school, you want to load up the game, you just have a couple of matches that you could play because you got to get back to, making dinner for your family, or got to go walk your dog, or you got to go do some homework. You just do a couple matches per day, and I promise you, you'll have it completed entirely just with your standard playing time. You will have it completed within an X amount of time. I don't know what that looks like for each individual. I can't say. I don't even know what the XP system is looking like in the game. I could imagine that it'll take a couple of weeks altogether. But that should be something that you look forward to. Why? Because every level, you're going to be getting something. You're going to be earning someone. You're going to be adding them to your universe, to your MyGM, to your storyline, to the way you enjoy the game however you want. So, Lex, I only play 3 games. I have a disability that affects my muscles and nerves, so it's hard for me. That's why it was nice for everything to be unlocked. I understand that, but Joseph, you don't have to worry about the game being difficult, though, because even if it's hard for you to unlock characters because you don't play at the hardest difficulty, or you don't want to do certain types of challenges, you're still going to be able to play however it fits your gameplay style, And that's why I'm telling everyone to, let's just see how it works first, because you're not being stripped away of what you're buying. I don't look at it that way personally. Nothing's wrong with grinding, but everything wrong with paying for something I don't then own. But that's the thing, you do own it. That's why you're going to be able to unlock it. Pats, that doesn't make sense there. You play on easy or normal, hey, nothing wrong with that. You'll be able to level up as well. You're getting the standard edition, That's what's up. Hey, if that's all you can get, that's all you can get. You're going to be playing the game, and that's what really matters. That you're going to be in there enjoying it like everyone else whenever you want. Here's my question for y'all. Would you rather wait for DLC packs or have DLC available to get day one and earlier? I like the DLC uh, being spread out because it gives them a chance to add characters. Like the deadline for certain characters, it gets extended. If you have the DLC all launch immediately, then there's a cutoff time that's just not what's the point of paying for it? That it's premium content. It's considered premium content. Whatever that content is, I can't really give you my opinion on it yet because I don't have it. I'd be doing a disservice to you and to everyone that watches that is trying to hear what I have to say about it. I can't tell you that the content is going to be worth it, which is why I've told people that there's no point in pre-ordering the game right now. Why are you pre-ordering the game? You got to wait to see what the DLC even looks like before we could judge whether it's worth your additional funds or not. You get me? There's like this FOMO going around like, oh my God, they announced $150 edition. So, but they put out the pre-orders. So, it's digital only. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to sell out. It's not going to run out of the digital storefront all of a sudden. Like, this is not a collector's item that comes with, limitations. This is something that's going to be there for the entire year and then some. So why are we rushing? What's the rush? Why are we panicking? We don't even know what those rewards are yet. Now, wait a second. When they announce the DLC pass and they say, hey, it's going to come with this person and that person and this and that, and they start listing characters, that's when we can start saying, hey, I think this is, the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. It could be all right. I don't know. There's just no information on that particular premium side of things. So when you're saying, hey, I'm spending all this money, why don't I have it? But have what? We don't even know what that it is. So once we figure out what it is, then we can judge if it's worth having it. You know what I'm saying? RVD, thank you for the 5. I see here what you're saying. It's no different than playing games that needs to hit X point to access the new DLC missions. Yes, exactly. Thank you, RVD, for the 5 and for saying what I feel is probably the most important thing to realize here. DLC is an extension of what the base game is, and that is the purpose of why you want to buy X amount or whatever DLC, because you want to play beyond the base game. You want to play beyond the regular content. You want to be able to access that whenever it launches. That's what DLC is. It's post-launch content. At least for the most part, that's how it's handled. I get it early to keep up with my faction grind. Hey man, if that's your motive, that's your motive. We all have our own motives. You were sold on the WCW pack, with the Thunder and Piper. They do give you some VC as well, but I don't care to mention the VC as real-time value because I don't think, from what I've seen, the community just doesn't really care about that in-game currency, right? And I don't like really highlighting that. I mean, I mention it. I have to mention it because I don't want to exclude it. It is part of the bundle, but it's not really the selling point. You see what I'm saying? Again, I can understand the battle pass being for personas and arenas, but for DLCs we paid for separately. How is that a good idea? Agree, bro. 1 hour per day during work days and more hours during off days. At least we can clear some levels for the battle pass. Irwin, exactly. Exactly what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying about the DLC characters and the way it's being handled. But what can we make of it if we don't have that information yet? Like, we know that they're going to be locked, but guys, you're acting like if they're throwing the keys away. A lot of people are like, the leader, I think it's time for me to do a reaction like that one that you clipped me doing with the water bottles. Oh, I have to play the game. Remember? I don't think I have the energy to muster one of those moments right now, but look, man, the DLC is going to be there. They didn't throw away the option to unlock it. The option to unlock it is there front and center. You're getting 1 out of 4 characters immediately unlocked, and you're going to get the other 3 within the 20. So they're going to be there. You're not paying for something that is put away in a corner that you'll never be able to obtain. That's like all the people that bought Starfield, myself included. Guys, listen to this. Let me give you an example, ladies and gentlemen. Story time here real quick. I bought Starfield in this beautiful packaging. It was $350. Oh my goodness, this game was so overpriced, and it was all because it came with a nice digital watch that was supposed to tell you where the moon is facing, the time, the date, and all this in like digital form. And it came in this nice briefcase that looks like it's straight out of a movie for like a NASA like space center type thing. And it came with a digital like a metal plated digital thing where the code for the game was listed. It came with a steel book and in a very nice space looking box. And I bought it because I figured that the watch itself would be worth, for me personally, I felt like the watch was valuable enough. But I did the math in my head. I was like, all right, this is an edition that comes with a DLC that's worth, I think it was like what, $30 to $50. Anthem, yeah, it doesn't get any worse than Anthem. You're right about that. Anthem is really rough, but $350. You're looking at $70 for the game itself. That's already leaving me at $280. And then the DLC, I think, again, the DLC. Well, no, they had a $100 edition. Now that I think about it, the deluxe version of the game was $100. So $350 minus $100, I'm left with like $250. You could put that the steel book is worth an X amount. The digital printed thing is an X amount. Like, what I'm trying to gather here, ladies and gentlemen, is that I bought a DLC a DLC expansion that I still haven't played yet because I haven't beat the game. That game takes like forever. I've played the game for over 10 hours or 10 to 20 hours. I don't remember the exact amount. You could probably check my playing time. It's not that high because I've played other games and I kind of lost my story where I was at and I was waiting for an update. I got to get back into the game. I like the game. I do enjoy that game. I think the game is pretty solid, but point being, the DLC came out. I paid super over the top for this edition that came with this DLC that didn't launch till like a year later, or whatever amount of time it was later. And I still haven't even played the DLC. What do you have to say to that? That it doesn't get any worse than that. That was like highway robbery, right? Because I paid for this expansion that I haven't even had access to because I haven't even really played the full base campaign yet, and I haven't gotten to that point, and it cost like $300 to get all this. I mean, I've enjoyed the watch. I've worn the watch a bunch of times. I have this beautiful, like I said, display case out in my living room in one of my cubes that you could see it front and center. Like, I've enjoyed having the edition of the game, and it's physical, right? Whereas in this game in particular, you don't have to play the story. You could play anything and you'll still get these things unlocked. You're going to get the DLC within like 6 months or 7 months. All of the DLC, I mean. You're going to unlock these items as you go. So while I am worried about how much XP they're going to give, I'm not really that concerned to the point where I'm like, I'm not going to get to play with them. Now, Lex, I will say this could get better for people that brought the edition with just season 1, allow people to buy the passes with VC. That would be cool if they allow you to buy the season pass with the VC, but I could tell you they're not going to do that because they want to make those $10 with each pass. Exactly, Fortnite. Even though everyone says it's a free-to-play game, let's be honest. For as long as Fortnite has been available, Fortnite is not a free-to-play game for the gamers that play Fortnite religiously. For a random gamer to pick up Fortnite, yes, it's free to play. You could jump into Fortnite and play essentially for free on multiple platforms. Yes. I'm not denying that. But most gamers that play Fortnite My nephew, he's had thousands of dollars worth, I think he told me. Look at what Dan just said. What video game is going to cost you $10,000 in 10 years? Because Fortnite has been out since like 2017. Everything is time gated, everything is limited. Exactly. They do that on purpose. But look, hold on. You guys want to act like Fortnite is the knight in shining armor. Let's see when Fortnite first launched. Early access for Fortnite came out in 2017, and it fully came out around 2019. Like the full release, like that the game was completed. I think it's what it says. But at that time, remember, they didn't have like the seasons how they have it now. So even for argument's sake, Fortnite has been around for so long, right? It is not free for the people that actually play it and actually buy characters. It is not free. Now they have updated the shit out of the game. It's a different game that has been around. It is a gacha game. You're right. It is a gacha game. This is not Fortnite. So because I run a pizza shop and my neighbor sells tacos, I gotta sell tacos too. Pat Nation. It works both ways, my friend. It's not Fortnite. So why are people comparing it to Fortnite? Because the Battle Pass isn't Fortnite, and now they're doing a version of Battle Pass in WWE. Please explain that part to me. Again, I'm playing the other side of the debate here, of the conversation and the exchange with a purpose. I don't agree that there should be a battle pass system and a yearly title that is going to wipe you clean every year for you to spend all this money again, but let's go into that rabbit hole, because a lot of people are bringing up games that have battle passes as if it's going to be the same thing. No, this is the ringside pass. It's first and foremost, it's a battle pass type of system, but it's not a battle pass because there's no battle here. It's the ringside. All right, it's not Fortnite. You're right. It's WWE ringside. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I know that's why people bring it up, Kev. I understand that concept, but look at what Pat just replied to me, that there's a pizza shop, a taco shop, you got to sell one or the other, and you're saying that you're fixing something that isn't broken. I think that comes down to perception, my friend. You know why? Because for me, the season pass was always a highway robbery. The season pass for me personally was always a highway robbery. And I've said that. I said that last year. This is not revealing information. This isn't breaking news. If you guys have been watching me long enough, you've heard me complain about the season pass model and the way that they've dropped characters that I haven't cared for plenty of times. And I've said this is the best one, but the bar isn't too high. When I was talking about like when they added Attitude or ECW characters or what have you, I've given them hell for those season passes because I've thought they've always been crap. And you're saying that, again, back to what you're saying, to something that hasn't been broken. The reward system in this game has been broken for a long time, my friend. Especially since they added My Faction and now they added the island. The fact that you could only earn in-game currency across one particular mode versus, like, they just started expanding the way you earn rewards last year. You started getting rewards in other game modes for other game modes. And I believe that that's the biggest win here, that you're able to earn rewards across the game now, all collectively. Those are cash grabs too, but guys, are we really going to dumb this down? Are we really going to dumb this down about it being a cash grab? Really? You really want to dumb it down to this? Everything is a cash grab, guys. This hat that I'm wearing, this stupid Jordan logo on this shirt, everything is a cash grab. The moment you leave your house, you gotta pay just to drive on the highway now. Everything is a cash grab, and the moment you're out anywhere, it's advertisement galore because they want you to spend money on them. Just because. You think Chipotle is the best food in the world? No, it's just, It's trendy, it's popular, it's quick, it's easy, it's not expensive, and everybody loves it now. But it doesn't mean it's great food. It's good, it's solid, it's comfort food. But that's what this is. This is a comfort food situation. Chipotle's trying to swindle you to keep going back to them, so they give you reward points now. The Board Game Live tried telling us it's right there front and center. Breathing air is a cash grab. In some places where standing there, you got to pay to be there. So yeah, even going in and standing in certain places, you can't get through unless you're paying. You're having a mustache is a cash grab because you got to have clippers and you got or go to get a haircut for it. Like, everything is a cash grab. So when I read a comment like that, it doesn't really mean much of anything. You own your car, you didn't pay for it. Nah, see, you're still paying insurance, you're still paying for gas. You think you own your car because you paid the total amount of it, but you're still paying to be able to drive it. You're not driving it for free. You never truly you don't even own your house or land. You still pay taxes on your house if you own a property. Like, everything is a cash grab, and you still always have to pump cash into everything to maintain it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, to say, oh, I bought a car, and you're lying, because you bought a car, you got to do the oil change, you got to change the tires, you got to maintain it. It lost a little bit of the air cooling, so you got to pump some air frost into that shit. You got to pay to get it washed, unless you're washing it yourself at home, but at that point you're wasting water that you still have to pay the bill for. So there's no way to cut around this. Everything is a cash grab. Even the car you thought you owned before you mentioned it in the chat. All games equals cash grab. Even if they can't make stupid money, they won't make games. It's a business. Yeah, that was a bad example. I ain't gonna hold you. Exactly. Now you know what I'm talking about, right? But the thing is, Pat, look, here's the thing that we gotta really get down to the nitty gritty about. And I'm saying this for anyone. And I'm not just targeting you. I'm targeting the points that you're making as a subject for our conversation, because that's what we're having here. I'm not arguing with you. I come in peace. If you look at all the variables, right? And by the way, RVD, thank you for the 5 again. Thank you so much. If you look at everything with a negative, everything can be turned into a bad experience. Going to the movie theater. Oh, but I got to pay $20 for a ticket for me. I got to pay $20 for my wife. You got kids, you got to pay about $15 if they get a discount. And then on top of that, you got to go ahead and you got to buy popcorn because it's the movie experience that they're selling you on. But then you got to buy the popcorn with the bundle that comes with the soda, because if you don't get the soda, well, how are you going to wash that popcorn down unless you snuck in a bottle of water in your purse? But you don't want to be a cheap ass. So you know what I'm saying? You want to buy these things because you want to get the full-blown experience. But then you're there in line and it's no longer about the popcorn and the drink, because they have a souvenir cup now. And it's there to promote the movie that you're gonna watch. So you're trying to get in the moment, create an experience that your whole family, or just you and your wife or girlfriend or partner or whatever, you guys are trying to enjoy this. And it ends up being more like 40 plus for my wife and daughter. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So you end up spending, for just a movie that is gonna run you 2 hours at best, maybe 2 to 3 hour experience. So for 3 hours, you're spending, all this money that goes down the drain. And then you ate that popcorn, and on your way home, you're feeling a little gassy. So you ate that popcorn and ended up messing you up because you ate a little too much popcorn while you were there in the dark, just mindlessly, eating away. And then the soda made you feel a little heartburn. Well, maybe that's just my case, but at the end of the day, like, you could go that route and make it the most annoying, cash grab experience, or you just had a delightful, priceless time with your family, or maybe you snuck in some Taco Bell or some McDonald's, or you made some sandwiches at home and you snuck that in too. Whichever route you take, there's so many routes to get to the center of that, piece of the pie. If you enjoyed the experience, then it pretty much erases whatever negative, because you'll say, oh, we only come to the movies about twice a year, 3 times a year, or almost every other year. It doesn't matter. You don't go to the movies that often, so fine. You look at it as a little outing for the fam. That is something that you truly enjoyed, so you will brush it over and say, it was worth it. But was it really? You got into the movie, there's people talking or people on their phones, there's distractions going on, you had to make the line, the person at the register was rude. There could be so many different variables. That's just the popcorn movie theater experience. At the end of the day, though, if you like a game enough, a movie, a TV show, it is worth the subscription for Netflix. Netflix is now charging for the premium service like $23, and you can't even share it how you used to share it back in the day. That's crazy. Netflix back then, when Netflix was starting to boom and stuff, it was like less than $10 or about $10. And you were able to share that shit. So you were paying $10, but you had an army of people logging into that account. Now you're paying $20 and you can barely have 2 people logged in. And you sure as hell can't even watch it at the same time in some of the subscription plans. And if you're not paying for the most expensive, guess what, Jack? You're paying about $15. You still can't share it, and you got ads. Meaning, you're wasting your life right there watching those little ads because you want to save some coin. I've done it. I've paid $7 for the ad service of Netflix. Peacock, that's where WWE used to be. Peacock now, I mean, they lost WWE, but when they had WWE, look at all the ads that they had to run just to make up for it, right? And you were paying anywhere between $7 to $10, $5 to $10 or what have you, unless you got it in a plan, and there's ways around it, but you paid it because you thought it was worth it. Now you drop the subscription because WWE's no longer there. But you were okay with it because you were getting your money's worth. And what does that mean to each person out there in the world? It varies. Very, very different. You got to have no ads, but you're paying that premium. And that premium is going to cost you. That's exactly my point. You don't want the ads. So you're going to give them a couple extra dollars. And if you want to share that account with other family members, you're going to give them a couple extra dollars. And what would have been a $10 experience ends up becoming 20 to then 30. You know what I'm saying? It just keeps going up and up and up because they keep expanding the fucking goalposts, bro. They keep moving everything. So it's like 25 exactly, but you see it worth it because you watch Netflix. It's like almost like it's your go-to, right? It's your go-to. So you get your money's worth because you guys use it on the TV. So that means your wife gets to use it. Any other family member, you have people over, you put something on in the background, you're getting your money's worth. So you're not mad about Netflix being $25, but let's be honest, bud, that package for Netflix is just one channel that has a variety of different content. But WWE ain't helping us putting it on multiple apps, you're right. But it still makes it worthwhile to you, you know what I'm saying? And for me personally, I'm on a family plan. Like I'll put some of my information out there. I'm on a family plan. It's me, Erica, which is my wife, and then her parents. Like, we're in a family plan together. We don't have the ads. And guess how I watch WWE? I put on my VPN and I'm able to watch the PLEs. I'm not getting the ESPN app because it's not worth it to me. Not because the value is not there, because they have a ton of shit that they put on there for sports and different events that is really cool. But I don't watch enough of that to justify, you know, the WWE PLE per month. So all I do is I put on my little VPN, and I watch my PLE, and I watch all my WWE content on Netflix, and I watched some Netflix movies every once in a blue because I don't even watch Netflix like that. I barely use Netflix. Erica's the one that uses Netflix more than me, and she uses it every so often. She goes on and off. So like that's how we approach the app situation. That's like my main streaming service. And then if I want to use any other streaming service, I'll get it for like 1 month. Like right now we have Disney Plus because for Black Friday they put Hulu and Disney together for like $3 a month or some shit, like almost $4. So we have that. Point being, guys, we went down the rabbit hole of the streaming services because now it's toxic. It's everywhere. As human beings, man, we get to, pick and choose how we spend our time. And I think a lot of people don't realize that we're spending a lot of time complaining. If you're trying to voice your opinion so something could change in the field of whatever you're trying to enjoy, cool, more power to you. I feel you. You're doing what's right by the community. I salute you guys. I appreciate you guys. I don't have enough energy, nor am I going to put in that much effort to go out of my way beyond what you see here. I'll do my streams, I'll do my videos, I'll share my opinion. Something sucks, something's cool, something is great, something is bad. Awesome. If they take my opinion, they could take my opinion. If they want to wipe their ass, which, it is what it is. I'm not going to take it personal. They're doing their job. They're doing what they want to do with their project. It's their project, not mine. I'm just a consumer at the end of the day. We all are. So, the value that I get from these games is just that I literally log in, I turn my brain off, and I put some matches together, right? I watch a PLE match or I watch a show, and I try to put that match on my screen. I'll try to maybe, if they have some cool stuff going on with my faction, I'll dabble into that a little bit. When the year's almost over, like right now, I still got to finish 2k25, the My Rise, because I haven't even finished that shit. But I'll check out the My Rise stuff. I played Universe a couple of times briefly. I didn't touch my GM this year. I skipped my GM this year purposely. I didn't like what I saw with it. I tried checking it out, and it was a lot of the same. It didn't change enough for me. So hopefully this time around, they did something for me to enjoy when I come back to it. But I played a lot of the island. I enjoyed the island, and a lot of people hated the island. And I'm like, damn, why aren't people giving this a chance? Because even though it's wacky, it's stupid at times, it's a little ridiculous even, there's a lot of fun to be had here. And I realized that, like, shit, all right, man, I'm loud and proud of the fact that I enjoyed the island, but I know so many people did it. And, I'm just like, it is what it is. I enjoyed it. I want to see more of it. But then the whole, like, what felt like everyone in the community, they're like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. And I'm like, guys, I didn't spend any money on the island. Like, I literally played with what I got from the game. They gave us locker codes. They gave us, the bonus VC. That's what I used. Like, I used the bonuses that they gave me for their transactional stuff, and I didn't spend any money out of my pocket. So I have built up in my head like this idea of like, tier skips do not exist. If I'm going to play the game, I'll play the game for as long as I feel like playing the game. I am not going to be controlled by the fact that I want to get to level 40 before the rest of the world. I am not in a race with anyone, bro. I don't give a rat's ass about that shit. I'm going to play till I'm done having fun. That's that. Whether it's the island, the ringside pass that's brand new, or whatever else they add this year. But if you look around the landscape, everyone's like, they're forcing us, they're doing this. Like, you don't have to spend $150, man. Guys, I make these videos, and I work on trying to put out there. I'm sorry for studying, but I'm trying to gather my thoughts and talk in real time. I try to put on some cool content, but more than anything, I try to put out honest content. I don't buy the game at $150. And I don't suggest anyone should. I split the game with my friend. Proudly, too. Call me a cheap ass. Call me whatever the hell you want, a fake fan or a fake... I am not going to give them $150 for a game that comes out yearly. And that's the truth. I don't care how many in-game currencies they add and throw my way, and how many packs and different attires and different... I'm not going to do that. I almost faced the reality that I was going to have to if I couldn't share that, because I'm like, all right. But I'll tell you what I will do. I will buy the game on my PlayStation, like I'm sharing with my friend, right? I will buy the game on Xbox, and I will buy the game on Nintendo Switch. They're not giving me that for free, but I'm going to buy those games when I get them on sale. I'm not going to have like this rush and sensation that I got to buy the game everywhere day one and spend like $500 on the same game. And no, don't you see my collection of items? Like, we're constant. My wife and I, we love collecting stuff. So like, we're constantly buying stuff for ourselves and enjoying ourselves in the whatever way that we wanna, enjoy ourselves. And we don't have those limitations. It is blurry. It is blurry. I'll show it to you guys one day. But I'd rather spend $150 on a stack of games, which I've done it. I've done it. Just last week, I think, when was it? Like about 2 weeks ago now. We went to the thrift store, because that's where I get my retro games. We spent $80 on a stack of games. A stack of games, $80. Not one game, a stack. And I'm talking about multiple games that are worth way more on eBay and at GameStop and all that shit. Super cheap. And I'd rather do that, dude. I'd rather do that because that's just the way that I approach it. Even for $150 for an entire year of entertainment, it is worth it, RVD. That's the thing, that I don't knock the people that do spend the $150. You have ADHD, so I understand having to take a moment. Exactly. Let me see. I'm going to read some of your comments now. Are you playing every mode this year? I try to play every mode every year. So this past year, the main mode that I skipped out on was My GM. But I've played My Rise a good bit. I've played the Island. I played Universe. I played Exhibition. I played online multiplayer. I played My Faction. And I did several things within My Faction as well. And I beat the showcase. So I do the tutorial as well. So I've literally played everything the game has to offer except My GM. That's why when I give you guys my opinion on the game, like, I try to make sure that I've played everything and I've gone through everything before I could really deep dive into that conversation. That's why when people have asked me about My Rise, I haven't beaten it, so I can't really give you my full thoughts on the whole experience. Same with My GM. I get to a certain point in the conversation where it kind of just falls off. Because I gotta get more information on it for myself to be able to give you guys an honest take on it. But that is the core of everything, RVD. Shout out to you for donating again, man. I really appreciate that. But that's the real deal here, guys. What are you going to get out of this experience? How entertained do you think you're going to be to make it worth your while? Life's too short to be freaking going around commenting on everybody's video that it sucks or that it's the end of the world and stuff. If it is, then damn, so be it. Peace out. Take a break. Come back later. We'll see you again down the road. But don't be miserable about these things, They're not forcing us. They really aren't forcing us, man. People brainwash themselves to feel cornered. And let's be honest, this game is going to go on sale within a month. Like, the game is coming out in March. By April, WrestleMania, it'll be on sale. And guess what? It's not going to be $70 anymore. It's not going to be $70 anymore. It'll go on sale during WrestleMania, during the summer, during the holidays. It'll go on sale so many times throughout the year that at that point you're not even, but nobody wants to wait. Everybody wants it day one, and everybody wants to say, damn, it's $150. That's crazy. But let me read some comments here. Hold on. So, which edition am I getting? It'll be the Monday Night Wars. 24-hour stream confirmed? Oh, hell no. I'll definitely go as far as I can, though. Most people who yell about how much the island sucked probably put hundreds of hours into it. Well, a lot of people, believe it or not, a lot of people didn't even give it a shot. It's the grind and the bosses in the island. Yeah, it depends what overall you are and how you play it. As somebody who grew up in the original Nintendo era and played a lot of Super Nintendo, people would be really pissed not having DLC. Yes, exactly. Exactly. What is it? Wartown Demon. I'll call you Demon. But yeah, Demon for sure. I mean, bro, I grew up in the N64 era. You had to buy stupid ass arenas. Like, and I say stupid ass arenas because they weren't even as detailed as they were now. They somewhat looked a little different, and they were all like, it was like pixels and stuff, and they were a certain price point, and you even had to buy, like, I saw a picture the other day that someone posted on Twitter. You had to buy like even like side characters as well. It's going to be satisfying when we do complete the monthly season pass. Oh, it's going to be super satisfying. Harry says, Lex, you saw the Maurice fans? Yes, bro. Death threats. Getting angry about Maurice. Wants to 1v1 me in the ringside pass. Whoever most gives. Man, I hate people that say stuff like that. You're right. No one is forcing these people to play. It's a choice. It is a choice, and that's all I'm here to say. I buy to play the game and have fun and try my best to get as far as I can get. Same here, man. Nothing else matters. Let me see. They said that it's gonna send some. Nah. What console? I'm gonna get it first for PS5, but it'll be. I'll have it eventually on all. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Do you think they will put crossplay this year? I don't think they're putting crossplay, man. I really, we could talk about that. They're violating for 150 last year, cheaper. Mega Deluxe. Yeah, last year, the Mega Edition last year was 150 around October, but you're right. At first, it was 130. I'm getting just a standard. I'm not giving 2K, and that's it. $70 is fine, bro. Don't pay them a dime extra than that if that's how you're feeling. I gotta finish my Rise Golden. I know. Leader's been waiting. Death threats is nasty work, though, man. That shit to me is disgusting. Last year, my Rise with the Fatal 4-Way, man. Woman match was way too much insanity for me. You gotta fight outside the ring, and you gotta, I try to break it down and, use every cheesy angle that I can. Go outside the ring, throw them across, and, it gets frustrating, though. We deserve the Bozo Championship for getting that 150 edition. They deserve it for putting out so many different editions, but look, guys, if you're gonna enjoy it, man, enjoy it. Don't freaking roast yourself for it. I still didn't finish my Rise because I didn't really play it. I didn't really put my focus into that. I played everything else, though. I have almost 11 to 15 days of playing time across the platforms that I've played on. Cost 60 Canadian for a night at the theater, 150 for hundreds of hours of gaming is worth it to me. Exactly. That's kind of like how I value it too, because I collect movies. Will the Legends we would unlock with the accelerator normally be available? I think some will, but most won't. I think that's all something you're going to unlock when the game comes out. We want to see your streams grinding the ringside pass. Oh, they're coming. I didn't play Universe or My GM, only played a little bit of the island. So what did you end up spending most of your time on, Kev, if you don't mind me asking? My Rise just isn't Lex's cup of tea. Yeah, it really isn't. I never cared about that. Game Share Gang, all day, every day, bro. Loud and proud. I don't care. And I saw what you said, Carter, about the websites you go to. Even going to a website costs money because you got to have the internet. You got to have the device. You got to have it set up. And some people even charge you $10 a month to have access to some of those servers. You could pick up the expensive edition in May for $55. What varies? It varies. But yeah, you could definitely get the most expensive edition for less than $150 around May. Honestly, I played Mortal Kombat 2. Oh yeah. The bosses back then were legit, especially on the harder difficulties. You'll be disappointed if online hasn't been fixed. I agree, me too. I'm gonna roast their ass for that. I'm waiting for the island report. Me too, man. I can't wait to see what the co-op is. My GM was really good this year. You got to try it next year. I'm gonna check it out next year, depending on how it goes. But I just got burnt out because the previous year I have played it so much, and then I just lost out of my interest. It just fell out of my interest for what I wanted to play. I hope I'm not grinding to unlock Travis Scott and Pat McAfee. Oh, no. People making death threats. Yeah, we'll talk about that again. Glad I'm out of my. Oh man, I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better. It seems, traders. You got everything done, so you'll be able to enjoy the game next month. 2K should just say the Diva stand. No, I'm not gonna read that. I'm getting Monday Night War Edition, unfortunately. See, no, don't feel that way, Shadow. Loud and proud, bro. Loud and proud. So the whole build-up that we talked about, the car payments. We talked about the car payments. We talked about Netflix. We talked about, what up, Roxanne? How's it going? We talked about Peacock. We talked about all this, popcorn even, and farting. Enjoy yourself, bro. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't worry about others all that much. Worry about enjoying the game with your people, with your friends, and enjoy it however you want. Let them know what sucks. Let them know what you don't like. But don't be miserable about it. And don't try to make others feel miserable about it. I'm never going to make you feel miserable for buying the 70 or the 100 or the 150 or the 130. I'll ask you for your opinion, like why did you make that decision? And I'll also carefully try to share my thoughts on it to let you know that, some people are telling me, hey, Lex, I want to buy the King of Kings, get season 1, and see how it goes. Why don't you just wait? Don't pre-order. Don't get King of Kings. Wait till the DLC drops. See if you like all the seasons of DLC that they're giving, because they said they're going to share the DLC list of characters. Then you can make an educated guess as to if you're going to want all the seasons or not. Versus right now, you're just pre-ordering blindly because if you end up buying the season separate at $10 a pop, or even if they put it on sale at $7 a pop or some shit, you're going to be spending a lot of money anyways. So try to get whatever works best for you guys. And you know what's funny? I love talking to you guys. I love interacting with you guys. I had this whole idea in my head of what we were going to talk about and when we were going to talk about it. And I was going to go down the list. And this shit like kind of have, like, this stream has gone everywhere. And I love it, man. That's why I love doing live streams. It's not like making a video where, like, when I make a video, or even when we do the collab with like Kenny and just Brian and all them, like, I have like notes and I have things that I want to get to, or things I want to share or exchange. And we kind of stick to like a certain type of format. But when we do live streams, we're like kind of like free balling here, man. This is just so much better. I really like this. 2k26 I think is going to be better, man. I think it's going to be better, and it's not even funny. It's a real conversation, exactly. Triple H editor look good. Yeah, it's looking like 26 is going to be so much fun. And I can't even hide my excitement for it. Not what console? What was that stack? Oh, what stack of games? Hey Fan. I don't know if Hey Fan is delayed. He said, what was the stack of games? He came out of nowhere with that. I got games for the Wii, for the PS3. It was the Wii and the PS3. My ADHD, trust me, I bounce around like Stitch on coffee. I love that you chat with us freely and off the cuff. That's exactly what I want you guys to feel, that I'm out here saying that whether we're talking about IRL wrestling or video games or just other stuff that ends up popping up in these conversations, I have nothing to hide, and I don't care to hide it. Like, I'm not fighting. I'm not trying to crash out. I'm not trying to get riled up or get anyone riled up. I'm just trying to chill, be laid back, and have a good time. What is your retro game store? Don't gatekeep, Lex. I use a lot of thrift stores that are locally. I don't like using game stores all that much. One of the best retro game stores that I went to, though, was all the way in Jacksonville. For anyone that lives in Jacksonville, look up Games Galore. That's what they're called, Games Galore. If you're ever in the Jacksonville area, we were up there and we found that store, and it was really good. They were nice to us. The prices were pretty good. I also have this app called Price Charting, and I make sure that I know what the value of certain games is based on eBay sales and how often it sells, so I don't rip myself off. So I'm not going out there just buying blindly. Oh, this is $5. Well, it goes for $5 on eBay. I'll be like, oh, I'll buy it later on eBay. You're in Miami, that's what's up. So if you're in Miami, look up Red, White, and Blue. Look up American Thrift, things like that. It's a toss-up. I don't always get blessed with good games. I don't always get blessed with good inventory, but I will say that between the thrift stores, the OfferUp, and sometimes eBay, like right now I'm waiting on eBay. I bought WWF Attitude on Sega Dreamcast. Bad Blood, yes, it was when I was a kid. What's Bad Blood? Flair Country? So you're what is it, North Carolina? Is that what it is? My favorite place to buy games was Media Play. Oh, that doesn't exist anymore. No hate, all love. Exactly, bro. You don't have those types of stores? Yeah, that's the thing that I've noticed, that I'm kind of lucky with the stuff that I find. Like, I bought one of my biggest acquisitions recently was that I switched out my PS3 and I bought one of the super slim PS3s. Don't tell them all the secrets. Jamar, so that Mardub in the chat, that's my boy Jamar. And we've been kind of like giving each other secret. Like he's purchased some games for me. I've purchased some games for him because he goes to some of the stores that we have down here in South Florida. He has some of them up in Pittsburgh. And every time GameStop has a deal or something, we take advantage. So we kind of just, we've acquired certain things for each other and try to get even better deals. So just, look at your local thrift stores. Goodwill is not really good on inventory because they sell a lot online. But if you're patient enough, look around OfferUp. Like Jamar sent me a post on OfferUp. Some guy, and I wish I was there because I'd probably buy it. This dude on OfferUp is selling 34 PS2 games with a PS2 and like 5 controllers for $250. And one of those games is Def Jam, Fight for New York, Def Jam. Bro, that game alone is worth like $200. And he's also selling Here Comes the Pain that's worth like $50. I'm like, dude, that is so worth it. Even though I already have a PS2, but you know, those deals are hard to find. New Mexico. Oh, Bad Blood, a pay-per-view. Yeah, but he said something about Bad Blood like the game. Better late than never. What's up? What up, Joker? Nah, you're good. Oh, garage sales are good. Yes, garage sales are really good. I haven't gone to those because I feel like those are a little more personal and you have to like interact a little bit more and you gotta kind of like hustle for certain deals. Same as like the swap meet or like the what is it? The swap meet, but what's the word I'm looking for? The flea market, you know, like I haven't really gone to those places, but yes, exactly. Goodwill used to have those games and they, you know, these thrift stores have caught on to the people buying and reselling. A lot of people have done that. I haven't resold any of the items that I've bought, and there's a couple items I would like to sell on eBay, but what up, Brian? What's going on, man? Oh yeah, Facebook Marketplace is another spot. I haven't used Facebook Marketplace. I like using more of the thrift stores. I think that like when you do Marketplace and OfferUp, you got to meet up, and I'm not really trying to buy off of that. You sound like you got boogies. Yeah, I'm definitely sick, but I'm at the end of it already. I'm congested. But what I was gonna say is that before my boy Jamar came in here too when he hit me up earlier today with that deal, I got this PS3 with 3 controllers, a game for $50. The scrapyard match is gonna be exciting as hell, bro. That scrapyard. So one of the biggest things that I want them to announce, I haven't talked about it enough, but one thing that I want them to announce, guys, is the ability to create something like the scrapyard, or like to add certain things to the arena to create more brawling areas. And I want them to switch the Create Arena. If they switch the Create Arena stuff, I am going to be uploading so much more. Because like the last year, I did a couple of creations last year and the year before last. But I would make even more creations if they switched it around. Because the thing is that right now it feels just way too limited in comparison to what it's been. But if they give us the option to do the brawling areas, woof. Original Xbox has problems, which sucks. Yes, original Xbox. I bought an original Xbox at the thrift for $40. Wish we got Attitude Era or Monday Night War Showcase. Me too, man. That's what I wanted them to announce. Kenny and I were talking about that actually, that we wanted them to announce like an Eras mode. With the addition of the Monday Night Wars and all that. CM Punk posted pics from the yes. I have it here pulled up, and I was gonna talk about it here in just a second as well. The scrapyard is the one from the island that we've seen. You're gonna be able to play in it with real characters. You bought a 64 with all the wrestling games for $60 the other day. Get out of here! Get out of here. That is lucky, man. I paid $50 for my N64 and I had to buy the controller separate on Amazon. With the wrestling games, I bought No Mercy for $10 though. I got lucky. I found No Mercy on OfferUp for $10. I know they sell that for $20, $30. Yeah, Kenny Bomb is here too. Kenny and Just Brian here, you know. They said they were going to come on here on stream and chat with us. No, they didn't say that. I'm just trying to reel them in. You know me, always fishing for them. I don't know if they're going to put Edge and Christian. I don't think so. But the screenshots that they showed today, it wasn't like the most revealing. I wish they would have shown something else. I thought they were gonna show something new, but they showed. Oh damn! I like that thumbnail, Kenny. Hold on, I gotta show you this thumbnail. Kenny, can I show the stream thumbnail that you sent me? I just saw the message Kenny sent me with the thumbnail because we're doing the live stream on Friday. Hold on, let me let me set up the tabs here. I want to preset the tabs here that I'm going to show you guys because they said, oh, CM Punk left some more scheduled stuff that we're going to be showing today. That's what they said on Twitter. Like if CM Punk actually hacked that shit, CM Punk is at home. All right, and then we got the Ricky Saints entrance. The Ricky Saints entrance, I'm definitely hyped to talk about that one. All right, so I got that there set up. Yeah, all right, Lex and Brian, I just sent y'all the... Oh, look at you, you just said it. I need approval before I post it. Oh, man, I love it. I think it came out amazing. You already heard me. That's funny that you just said that because I was looking away from the chat. Just Brian saying, I got no clue. I got no clue. Don't ask me. I don't know anything. Hold on, look at this thumbnail. This might not be the final thumbnail, ladies and gentlemen, but even if it's not the final thumbnail, and this is the rough cut, my dog Kenny went in with this one. So Friday, we're going to be live streaming together, talking about this. Brian looks like really scared of Kenny coming from the back there. He looks very frightened. And I like how I came out super HD, man. That editing, you know, you gave me some good saturation there. Look at my hat and shirt looking real fresh. I mean, it is a high quality photo, but you made it look even better. Thank you. So yeah, guys, we're gonna be streaming on Friday, doing a little sit down. Hopefully, you guys join us, and we could talk some other news because between then and now and then, I'm sure we'll know some other stuff. He's ripping through the page, you know. He's just ripping like he says like a dinosaur, like in Jurassic Park when they come up behind you. They're like, Rah! Kenny the Puppet Master. He broke through the walls of Jericho. Yeah, he broke the walls down. All right, so let me pull up that Ricky. I got to start off with the Ricky Saints. Let me pull it up real quick. And you know what bothers me too? You know what bothers me too, guys? They drop these entrances. And you know why it bothers me? Because like when I'm editing, recording, or setting up, you know, the stuff here, I try to make things look a certain quality. Like I have like a quality control. Like I have like this little like... There's like an itch in me that like I want it to look a certain way. Like it doesn't have to look super perfect. You know, like I know I don't have like the 4K camera, this, that, but like I have a little standard before I upload. I don't understand how they're verified, right? I mean, they have to be. Yeah, they got the verified logo and everything. I don't understand why they're uploading videos in 720p. Like, I'm pretty sure some of you guys are going to be like, well, Lex, I don't care about the graphics. I don't care about this. There is no, like, look at all this pixelated garbage. Like, I want to see a glimpse of what I'm going to play, not like a watered down version. And that's what this is, a watered down video. And you can't really appreciate the greatness of it. But even then, when you're looking at it on your phone, it looks fine. On your phone, it looks fine, but on the it's when you're looking, like right now I'm looking at it on my computer, super, you know, blown up. But this shot right here, man, look at the difference in the lighting. That shit looks so real. And the lasers, I can't tell you enough. I was there live and I saw his intro live for No Mercy. They, like, the lasers from real life it's so impactful, and I know that you see it on TV and stuff, but it left such an impression on me that I was interested in seeing how they would put that in the game. And I love the way it was represented. You know what's another thing that I really love, that I'm really corny when it comes to shit like this? I love so much when he puts his arms up like that it was synchronized with the theme song. Because one thing I hated about Randy Orton's intro is that I nitpicked. In the WWE games, they never had his intro synchronized with the lighting. Like, Randy Orton has like a lighting fixture that flickers, and it's like, it's gotten better as time has gone on, but like this intro for Ricky Saints, who's still an NXT superstar, it is insane how they got the synchronization for him. Like, let me see if I could do it really quick. Like, I'm just gonna put it for the. Be careful with the sound for you guys. I don't want your ears to pop, but I'm gonna put it just so you can see the synchronization real quick. I'm not gonna get copyrighted. It'll only be like a second. Like, bro, that shit is so, like, when I saw that, I wish I would have recorded my reaction, because sick and all with boogers coming down my nose, I was like, oh my god, they got Ricky Saints with the intro, man. Oh my goodness, they got Ricky Saints. And he is looking great, bro. Ricky Saints, an NXT superstar, is looking, look at his hair. It looks wet. It looks legit. I mean, damn, man, these character models are looking amazing. And then, you know, today I thought they're going to give us some new stuff, but they gave us this screenshot, which, just like I said about nitpicking, why the hell is CM Punk looking at this guy's chin or throat or something? He looks like he's not even, like, Stone Cold is trying to stare at him, but he's not even acknowledging Stone Cold's presence. Like, he doesn't even know how tall Stone Cold is. I know that's nitpicking, but just the line of sight ain't working for me. But it looks good, though. It looks good. I mean, he looks good. And they added the paw print for Larry, which is a nice touch. Shout out to you guys that are crazy out there picking up on that. Yeah, it looks good. It looks really good. And then this one right here, when honestly missed opportunity. We got different versions of Paul Heyman too. But it's looking real good, man. And look, he doesn't even have the tattoo here, so like, it's accurate. It's all really accurate, and you could just tell that there's been some tweaks with these characters, man. That shit is crazy. Hey, bro, deal with it. Quit crying. Game of 10 out of 10. It hasn't dropped yet. Wait, what? Deal with what? Who are you talking to? They need their voices in their entrances. Oh, I would love for them to add more voiceovers. I would love that. Look like he's busting through from The Shining. Oh my God, he does look like he's busting through from The Shining. That's funny. Me? But who's crying? Nah. Stop trying to act right now. You could glaze and be over the moon about it, because I know I am. But you could also point out things that you want to see better. So don't even start. Don't even start. He's just trying to act, guys. He tries to act like he got that 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but then he got the foot all dipped in, and stop. Ain't no need to put on a show here. All right? There's still enough donuts in the box of donuts for you. We could still hand you one, and you could do your profile picture eating a donut. I got you. You're welcomed on the island of, not relevancy, but of glazency. Brian, you should 200% push for better tag matches and mechanics next year. Bro, you know that somebody commented on one of my videos, and I felt bad because they're like, oh, you know, I want you to pass this message along since you guys talk to the creators of the game. Guys, even if you get an opportunity to have a conversation with somebody that worked on it, even if you get to tell them how you feel about something in a review or put on, like, they will literally pick through the details however they want to pick through the details of what they want to prioritize. We don't work for them. They care about our opinion as a community, but just because we're doing a video and you're not doesn't mean, like, it we're not working on the game. So let's say that just Brian reads your message, right? Word for word, and goes and talks to Lionel about it. Hey, what's up, big man? What's going on, man? Yo, this game is awesome. This is great. Well, look, let me tell you something. Let me see who's the one that wrote the comment. Where's it at? Donald Gladness. I'll say Gladness. Listen, Lionel, I was talking to Gladness, man, on YouTube. He brought up a good point. He said 200% you guys need to work on this tag team stuff, man. The mechanics just ain't right now. You guys got to work on the tag team shit. Let's get it together, bro. I need you guys to work on that because Gladness said so, all right? He told me to tell you to work on the tag team mechanics. What can you do for me? He's going to tell him the same thing he is going to tell just about anyone else. Like, yeah, we'll look into it. We've heard the complaints. We're aware of the situation. We've heard the complaints. We've heard. We've read. We're everywhere. We know. We watch. We listen. And we have a to-do list, and we're going to get to it. But you probably won't see it till like 2K30. Nah, he won't say 2K30, but point is, they'll acknowledge and they'll move along. Because, dude, hi, I'm from India. Can we have a podcast? Wow, that is a very strong entrance. Not even, hey, I've been watching you, or like no little lie or little small talk. Just straight to the point. Hey, I'm from India. Can we have a podcast? Well, I'll play your silly little games. What kind of podcast would you like to have? The content creators is the voice of the voiceless? Yes and no. Yes, because the attention that some videos and topics can generate will lead for them to see it maybe a little sooner than a random comment from someone screaming, right, in the text. But just because you're presenting something to them doesn't mean that they're going to rush and prioritize what your creative direction of what the game is, the game should be versus what they want it to be or what they could realistically do. A lot of things that people want, like, they're just not realistically in the works right now. And they haven't had it in the works in time to put it out as fast as you want it to be put out. What's been released from 2K, to be honest, there's nothing really to hate on, in my opinion. 2K went above and beyond this year and took so many suggestions. I feel like I agree with what Kenny said a while back. He said that this year was going to be one of those like milestone years. Like every so often, 26 was going to be like that next leap into that, what that next couple of years is going to be. And that's what it's looking like. I try to talk about these issues that everyone feels just like Lexx and Kenny and others, but that doesn't mean things will change. Exactly. Because it also doesn't mean that they're not working on it too. There's multiple ways to go about all this, and you can't just feel let down because they didn't take what you wanted and put it in next year's game or in the next update. Like, they know what it takes to make a game because hell, they're making it. We don't know what it takes to make a game because we're not working on it. Now, I'm not saying that there's people out there that don't know what it takes to make a game, because obviously everyone online from the whole world online, like, of course there's people out there that works on other stuff or have passion projects and all that. But you got to be realistic with some of these demands too. Is it in the engine? Can the engine even, put it together? But you've been heard. That's all that matters to me. I get that, Carter. I do get that, and I appreciate it that you see it that way, but a lot of people don't. Like, a lot of people try to make us out to be the villain, like we're not speaking up enough for you guys, like if we're not part of the same community. It's crazy. What up, Mason? My biggest complaint on 25 is they didn't fix the mid-card champion side plates. That's a problem. Like, those are the little details, Just Brian, I'm from India, a content creator from Yushwin Official. Can we have a podcast with Lexx and all? Wow. So you came in here, said hello, you want a podcast, and now you just went to Brian and asked him too. Okay. That makes sense. Different versions of Lesnar? Hell yeah. He came to network only. Imagine. Just like that, too. Just like that. I like the addition to use pyro during entrances. I like that, too. Are you still going to get 26 when it comes out? Yeah. So, one of the most interesting things that I took away from like the interviews and the conversations in general that Brian Williams had with a lot of creators last year. What's going on, Chase? It was that he said, we're listening to the community, we're constantly tapped into the feedback, and we're trying to get these things out as quickly as possible. But they have restrictions. They have deadlines. They already have things that they are working on. And people are like, well, we didn't have the ringside pass on our list. We didn't have the island on our list. Can we just get story designer? Can we just get a whole new universe mode? Guys, have you ever stopped to realize that maybe they just don't have the system built in to deliver that as quickly as you want it to? But maybe, just maybe, they're trying to put something together similar to fulfill those needs and desires? Did that ever maybe cross your mind? I get it, bro. Like, year after year, they're not paying attention to us. They're not giving us universe updates. They're not giving you what you want. But screaming about it that way and wanting this to be a different game, that's kind of like a misrepresentation even of what they are giving you. Because they never teased you to think that would be there. Does that make any sense? We need Batista updates. Oh yeah, Carter. I actually wrote on Brian Williams' post yesterday. So Brian Williams replied about he was replying about the Maurice situation and a lot of people being upset. And he had replied to a few comments, and I jumped in and I said, well, does this mean that you're gonna, or I don't know if I said it exactly like this, but I was basically implying, does this mean that you're gonna surprise us with Batista next? Because he said, oh, I didn't want to ruin the surprise, but Maurice is getting a new updated model. And I said, well, does that mean we're getting surprised with Batista next? Like, I just wanted to jump in on the fun, and I also wanted to bring to his attention, like, we need another Batista, bro. Like, how long is it going to take for them to realize that I want the animal Batista? Thank you for the 2 RVD. He says, Cornell said, just because we don't respond. Yes, yeah, he did say that a lot, and he's, they've said this in the past couple of years. They try to tap into the community and deliver what they want. I know people forget that, before they got Cornell to join the gameplay and all the stuff that he's doing now, he was working as wasn't he like a representation of like a social media leader or something like that for them? I don't remember, but it was something along those lines. He had a different role than the role he has now. So he went from being like a promoter of like the game and what they're doing and a fan and all this to now working hands-on and literally tapping into the game and trying to do some meaningful stuff. Stone Cold update is needed. What do you think they should do with Stone Cold? Toxics, just play and enjoy? Nah, I don't think that it's just there's just no need for the exaggeration. I'm sorry, I didn't say hi at first, but I follow you, Brian, Kenny, and Assemble, even the great one too. So can we have a podcast if possible, man? I'm from India. Will be a big opportunity. But what is it that you want to do, my friend? You want to come on here to the stream? You want to come to the mic? Gamer info Tamil. Gamers. Is it Gamers Info Tamil's your name? Are you a fan of AEW? Yeah, I like AEW. Just not a like diehard fan of AEW, but I like AEW. He really wants a podcast. That's dedication. But what is that he's trying to do? I don't get it. Do you want to come onto the Discord and say something? You want to tell something to the community? What is it that you're trying to do? Give me Ringmaster. I'll tell you right now, man. If they give me Ringmaster, he ain't getting no playing time on my list. he ain't getting no playing time. Stunning Steve, no playing time. How's your night going? Man, it's going really good. Thanks to all of you guys showing up and having a good old conversation with me. Bro, I actually gotta blow my nose real quick. Do you guys mind if I take literally like 2 seconds? I got to, because I feel it. I can't talk right. It feels weird. I wonder if 2K is working on the Iron Survivor. They have to be, right? I mean, please, for life's sake. VJ, thank you, man. 39 months as a member. That's crazy. Maybe he's someone famous? Well, famous or not, it don't matter. What is it that he's trying to do? That's all I'm trying to get at. I love the interaction of the pyro. Yes, the pyro's awesome, man. The heel and face, yes. Let him in the Discord. That's what I'm trying to see what he wants to say. What does he want to say? They have a limited window each year. Pick and choose the battles. Exactly. I love AEW, especially when WWE's not on TV. That's what it's all about. When one is not on, the other is. What up, Eric? Do you have a wrestling group on Xbox too, or just PlayStation? What do you mean, like getting a strike from YouTube? What happened? They allow us to use AJ Lee's bracelet in the showcase. That would be cool. That would be a cool weapon, huh? Me and my dad are playing my GM. Oh, that's cool. Can we get Ric Flair in the game? Can't believe he wasn't. Yeah, I think he's still signed like a likeness deal with AEW, so I'm not sure. Who is your top wrestler right now? Roman Reigns. Hold on, guys. I got to blow my nose. I was asking you nicely, but I can't wait anymore. Just give me 1 second, okay? And you know what? I'll put the Ricky Saints intro again since I love it so much. Where's it at? It's right here. I'll put the Ricky Saints intro while I blow my nose real quick. I don't want to do that on stream. You don't want to see my boogies, do you? But here's Ricky Saints, guys. Wait, is this it? No, this is not it. Here it is. Look at Ricky Saints in all his glory. All right. We're back. No more Ricky Saints, even though he looks amazing. But yeah, I had to make some space. Have I pre-ordered 2k26? No, not yet. The models this year look wild, bro. That Drew McIntyre looks amazing. Like, you could tell who they touched up. Naomi looks amazing. Blake Monroe. Like, you could see the effort. They need to upload the right quality on the video, though. No, but what do you mean? It's a 10 out of 10. Quit crying. That's what I've been saying, too. Why are they giving us, like, 720p without the 60 frames? Like, how do you have a game looking this nice, and you put in this much work, and you see the community crying about graphics and shit? Upload every video 4K, bro. Make their phones blow up and their computers freeze because they can't load the high quality footage. Can we get Prime Goldberg? Tired of the old one? Hey, what's up, Jerry? Thank you for the 2. Yeah, I would like to get Prime Goldberg in there, especially this year with the Monday Night War. Currently playing SmackDown vs. Raw 11. You know, I tried it on the Wii. I gotta see if I find it cheap on the Xbox eventually, because on the Wii it runs all right, but it's a little rough compared to like the 360 PS3. Honestly, Dragunov is the best wrestler. He makes the matches look amazing. He really is good. Dragunov is good. Where the hell is Hornswoggle? Where is he? Whoa, 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 chill. I don't want my shit to freeze. It's good this year. I think it is. Did they confirm that Slingshot Tech? Oh yeah, someone mentioned that earlier and I forgot to talk about it. So I think the Slingshot Tech is just that it's gonna go into the in-game graphics. Like, you know how the cutscenes have those POV from like the first person POV, and then it switches into like a cutscene, and then you go back to the game, and I think that's what they're talking about. They're not talking about going to like real life footage. What do you think about that, Lex? About the slingshot? You're gonna miss Braun Strowman? Yeah, Braun Strowman is awesome. Booker T on commentary is great. No, but what do you mean Slingshot is back? I think that's what they always called going back into the in-game cutscenes. I think that's just what their term is. Gotta get some work done. All right, Kenny. Thank you for hanging out, bro. See you later. Take care. And before Kenny fully leaves, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to follow him, all right? We are going to be doing a live show on Friday. Make sure you check out Kenny. And of course, check out Just Brian, even though Just Brian is just selling. Just sell out. Just sell out Brian. I'm playing it on PS3, but it's only working on a prayer. You played the Christian Cage Road to WrestleMania. Christian is awesome in that game. I love Christian Cage. If you close, I was so pissed that you guys have no idea what kind of fan I was during those years and shit. Dude, I used to get so pissed off at WWE when they would sell Christian Cage. And when he came back, I was so happy. They gave him like the ECW title, like the big silver one that looked like a coin. And then they went ahead and they had him like kind of like demoted. And then when he won the world title, it wasn't that long. And they had him do the one more match gimmick. And I was getting pissed with the way that they were booking him. I used to rage all the time over shit like that. That's why, like, now you guys see me kind of soften up and I'm just like, I don't care. This shit sucks. Not watching it. Not wasting my time. It's great. I'll enjoy it. Watch it when I feel like it. Like, I watch that shit on my own time now, bro. I don't care. Seriously, like, straight up. They could suck it easy. Seriously, bro. Like, you rip my heart out and you book this guy that we all love and the peeps and all that shit, and you make him look like a bum because you don't like his face, but he's super over. Got my soul crushed. I'm so happy in 26 is around the corner. Yes, man. February is freaking running. Man, the TNA Impact game was the shit. It was good, but you know how many people made fun of that game? I remember back then. It looks like there is no evil ladder match and showcases here that we know of. They mid-carded Christian and they like I felt like it was so dirty what they were doing to him. CM Punk doesn't know how to upload a 4K video. Tell me about it, bro. CM Punk is just slacking. They were trying to act like he was uploading. Christian was having one of his best runs in his career in AEW. TNA Christian and AEW Christian are like his best work. But I like the way he was in TNA better because he was a main eventer there. In AEW, he's like a high-level mid-card, I feel. I'm out looking forward to the future content. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if that's a real picture of you serving in our military, thank you for your service. TNA Impact had some fun gameplay. It did have some fun gameplay. He ain't uploading shit. Nah, I know he ain't uploading nothing, bro. You know they just recorded him on a phone and then just uploaded it themselves. The Sting model for TNA Impact blew my mind. They did. I reported of what I said. Wait, what? It is, thanks. Nah, thank you, man. That's what I was trying to figure out. Thank you. Catch you later. Yo, Brian, what you got cooking for us, man? What you got going on over there? What you doing lurking? What you got in the background? You're on Madden right now or what? Is Christian and Edge coming back to AEW soon? I'm pretty sure they are. Phil giving us picks we saw already in case we forgot. I know. What's up with that, bro? What's up with that? That's a Hurricane for those that don't know. I doubt Punk has time to be uploading a 4K video. Exactly. Brian may be snoozing. Yeah, he's snoozing, man. For some of the quantity looking like crap, they could blame CM. I know. The quality, yeah. Oh, the Ultimate X. Oh, I would love the Ultimate X match in the WWE game, but that's TNA, bro. TNA should cut a deal with WWE games to have the roster featured in the WWE games. I don't know if WWE would allow that though. Wouldn't that be crazy? I feel you on that one, bro. My wife convinced me to stop watching it live except the PLE so I can just skip through the BS. I used to crash out on the shows and made my daughter cry, not gonna lie. I feel you, bro. That's when you're really invested. And that's kind of like what's happened to me too, especially on a weekly basis. I hate the commercials. I hate wasting the fillers, the time on the fillers, and that's why you guys see me on here saying the stuff that I be saying. Because I just don't put up with none of that bullshit anymore. I used to feel like I wasn't a big wrestling fan if I didn't watch every episode, every week, every moment, and I couldn't skip anything. And no, bro, no. That's why when people ask me, do you like AEW? Yeah, I like AEW. Do you like TNA? I like TNA. Do I watch every episode? No, I don't watch every episode. Do you watch Raw and SmackDown? I try to, and I skip if I have to skip, and I watch every PLE, and I keep up as good as I can. And thanks to social media, I feel like I'm tapped in with a lot of the storylines, but I've already gone through the ups and downs as a fan that watched everything every week, and it was just, nah. Last night to Hurricane trying to double chokeslam in the Royal Rumble. Hurricane trying to double chokeslam. What Rumble was that? What if we get Ultimate X match in NXT? Then they have an excuse to add it. We're getting some news on Monday from Pro Wrestling Shoot. Nice. Punk, the same guy who made Tony Khan fear for his life. Yeah, Tony Khan, I can't believe, and I like Tony Khan, for better or worse. I know a lot of people give him shit. Tony Khan, his heart is in the right place. But Tony Khan saying the fear for his life and saying that, it just, silly work. I feel like we're missing the Night of Champions and CM Punk showcase. Well, they did tease it. That's their excuse to upload low quality clips. I know, but the thing is that they've been doing it for a minute now. But yeah, what I was saying is that, bro, can you imagine you got a game looking this beautiful, this amazing, and you're uploading this shitty ass quality? I don't like timed and rapid pins. I like the time pins. Jinder Mahal. He got Jinder Mahal over, exactly. Like, he just says some stupid shit sometimes. And that's him wearing his heart on his sleeve. I think they're talking about the 2002 Rumble. Oh. Tony Khan probably never seen a fight in his life. Probably not. And you can't really hate on him for that. But look, I'll tell you, Tony Khan, what he's done for the industry has definitely left a positive impact. What he's done for AEW and creating that workspace and the stuff they've had going on over there is exciting as a fan. To be able to still watch your wrestlers perform at a high level somewhere else outside of the WWE bubble is good. I like going to their live events. I go every chance I can. I've enjoyed every show I've gone to. I felt like I got my money's worth and then some. I wish their merch was a little better because I always want to spend money on their merch, but I mainly like to buy like hats and some shirts. And last time I went, they didn't have any hats that I liked. But I do like AEW. I genuinely do wish them well. I want them to make another wrestling game. And I say the same thing about TNA as well. Those are my two favorite companies outside of WWE. What are the chances of Jeff Hardy being in the game? There's a high chance that people get disappointed that he's not. And there's a small chance that he could be in the game. Does that make sense? They're pushing Andrade better. But see, it's not about giving them the rocket ship and pushing them right now for the hype because they just arrived. It's about what happens when the dust settles. That's the biggest issue Tony Khan has had to deal with. He signs all these people that are super talented and he tells them that he's going to book them better and they're going to do better. And because in WWE you were mistreated, you're now going to be treated so much better. You see it every time someone comes in, they immediately get a title opportunity. They immediately become champion. But it doesn't take long for them to drop the title and to get forgotten and get lost in the shuffle because they rely on who they rely on and they use what works for them. And it's not the case every single time, but it's happened often enough to say that you just gotta build beyond the hype. People gotta keep in mind that the TNA stuff they added in 25 was for people that were signed to WWE. Yeah, like I would love to see Musa in a WWE game. Andrade's winning titles on the indies right now. I believe he's having a feud with Gabe Kidd from New Japan. Just because they don't get pushed to the moon doesn't mean they can't make a good living to support their family. Oh no, that's for sure too. Tony Khan has his positive and negatives like everyone else. I've been saying that. He could be a bonus surprise. He could. He could. But my whole thing is that the level of expectation is a little unrealistic. AEW really needs to start competing hard against WWE with event schedules. AEW doesn't need to compete with WWE. They need to continue doing what they've been trying to do, and that's offer an alternative, but be proud of being that alternative and try to make, compelling stories in your own way. Don't try to be the Attitude Era or the Hardcore or copy anybody. Try to be AEW. Then go from there. Think Roddy Piper, the WCW. Bro. The WCW arena looks fantastic. And that Piper does too. We got to see what else is in there. If we get Jeff Hardy, man, that'll be amazing. Lex, are you going to admit that I was right about Rock 2 years later? What about him? Let's talk about it. Andrade doesn't connect with the fans. He does connect with the fans. He does. Thank you for the one, Super. Thank you, man. Thank you for the one. I appreciate that. Guys, we're 4 likes away from 130. Tony's a bigger hugger than Bailey. I mean, how hard is it to add Jeff Hardy when they have his model from 22? It's not about the difficulty about having him added, bro. It's about the logistics of what comes with that. Like, guys, it comes down to contracts and certain obligations. Beyond alternative, they won't ever outcompete WWE, so they just need to keep their marching to their own drum. I would say so. Yeah, march to your own drum. About Rock and Triple H playing the political game, you and Brian kept saying how wrong I was, but you gotta give me more context. You think we're getting a video covering the ringside pass? Not from them. Not from them. At Creator Fest, we'll probably get a video of them getting interviewed by, other creators asking them questions about the ringside pass because it's gonna be the most talking point, and they'll deliver there, but we're not gonna get like. When have they ever done something like that? They're not as informative as they could be. You hit the like, thank you, Joker. I mean, find the clip where he hugged Okada. He looked funny as hell. He just gets really hyped. That's his thing. Andrade definitely connected with the fan. They just didn't know what to do with him. He didn't really connect as much in WWE main roster though. It's a different breed. It's gonna suck not being able to play as Mick Foley. I agree. Mick Foley leaving is a L. When is Creator Fest? Mid-February, so I assume it's coming up this weekend or next week, something like that. I know that Mike Straw reported it early on, but he said when it was. I don't remember. But I know it's coming up. I just finished watching Kenny Bomb. Nice, man. Kenny Bomb, he's dropping that heat, man. Kenny Bomb he stays dropping heat. Lex with the Gunther. Triple H has his problems as a booker too. Oh, man, but that's the thing. You know why they all have problems? Because we have an idea of what we think the story should be or could be, and they have an idea of what they want to do. That's the reality of it. That wrestling is subjective. There's no real like factual thing of like this is wrong, this is not right. It's all based on what we know in terms of history, how it was done in the past and how it's done now. What I will say this is this. People are so afraid to give Vince McMahon his flowers and give Vince McMahon credit. Vince McMahon is the greatest booker of all time. Vince McMahon is probably one of the best businessmen of all time. Like wrestling stuff. And Vince McMahon is now sorely missed. He had a great character. He had a great vision. And his vision, unfortunately, started to dwindle at the back end of his booking mechanics and style and approach. And he got a little too toxic, worn out. And it's understandable with how long he's been in the business. Unfortunately, it just happens. He worked every day. It was his obsession. He lived and breathed it. He made mistakes. And the reality is that he was being a gatekeeper to what WWE was trying to be for the fans. Vince is not missed. That couldn't be more of an understatement and a lie. Vince is sorely missed. You know why Vince is missed? Because when Vince was in charge, my friend, the prices were nowhere near what they are now. When Vince was in charge, they weren't breaking your arms for a hat, for a shirt, for a game, for a ticket. They weren't turning every pay-per-view into 2 nights. They weren't milking everything that they could possibly milk. That's why TKO, when they took over, they started making and expanding the WWE the way that they did to make more revenue and make more money than they ever could off of this brand. And they're sucking the fans dry from everywhere, from the gaming to the tippity top and the 2K and just all together. Yes, Vince McMahon is definitely missed, 100%. Is he missed backstage as an employee? No, that they have become a better, more structured, employed company. Yes. Backstage, the people that matter, that deliver the entertainment for us, they've definitely moved forward without him. But as fans, as a community, beyond the TV show, like all the other stuff that makes a fan, there are a lot of areas that are being missed. People have a hard time separating Vince the person from Vince the character and promoter, 100%. They're treating fans like an oil rig sucking us dry. Vince McMahon created fan access where it was an affordable, accessible method and event for you to go and meet your favorite superstar. And they would charge you a little extra if you wanted to meet like a high-level talent like a John Cena or CM Punk. They'll charge you like $150, $200 to meet him, but you could literally take whatever you want to get autographed. They partnered up with Fanatics, and now it's that whole WWE World experience that they do with Fanatics, and it's no longer like fan access. You have to pay to get in, you have to pay per superstar, you have to pay per autograph, you have to pay per photo. I took so many different photos with Daniel Bryan, Kane, Wade Barrett, and all these people because of the way that it was set up back then. And I know things change and times change, but up until when Vince was there last, even the one that I went to in 2017, like it was a different ballgame from what it is now. So yeah, Vince is definitely missed in certain ways. Vince the character was Vince the promoter. They were both sleazy rich men. Nah, man. See, you're being biased. You gotta be unbiased. You gotta be unbiased. As a promoter and as a businessman, you're talking about his personal issues and mistakes that he did outside of work and out of the hours. You're looking at it from a different biased standpoint, which completely shows that we can't have this conversation with you because you're not ready to hear it. And it's okay. Vince was what he was. We're not shying away from what he was. We're not sugarcoating what he was and the things that he did. He was weird. He messed up and he's paid, he hasn't paid the full price that he should be paying, but I mean, he's paying a pretty darn steep price as is, with his name being smeared the way it has, losing out on the company that he created or helped create, and it is what it is, right? I'm not trying to ultimately feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for Vince. He did his own doing, but I'm talking about as fans appreciating the good stuff that he did for wrestling. It's undeniable. Oh, we matter because we look like a big old dollar sign. We matter for sure. We matter more than you think. Thank you for the $2 super Lex. What if you get the battle pass? It gets corrupted. It's saved on a server. So even if your file gets corrupted, you will always be able to get your characters that you've unlocked through the progress. He could be a garbage human being, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about his work and his work ethic. That's it. The tag division is at an all-time low. It's pretty rough. Peace out, Mr. Anderson. Thank you for stopping by. Anderson, not Anderson. Anderson. Thank you for stopping by, man. Vince could get you to cheer him one week, then boo him out of the building the next. Yep. One thing you can't take away from Vince as a booker was he took chances and stood on business. Yep. I feel they lost the plot, man. They've lost the plot. Vince wanted to do a story where he got Stephanie pregnant. Yeah, he was crazy. He was crazy. And part of his crazy is the reason why wrestling ended up being what it became, It was you had to be a maniac to make it as crazy as he did. Yeah, hilarious jerks, exactly, Pat. I'm just gonna call you Pat. People are frustrated, but until Vince left, people were demanding he was kicked out. He is no saint and made his own bed, 100%. I'll never deny that or sugarcoat that. It's the same thing with Hulk Hogan. I mean, bro, is it really? I think you're comparing apples to oranges there. Hulk Hogan said something. He didn't do anything besides saying some stupid shit that he paid the price for as well. But are we really going to try to bring him up in this conversation? I don't think it makes much sense. Vince is the Walt Disney of wrestling, 100%. I seen something about the battle pass possibly being prosper. It's not, Carter. It's not. Unless they change their whole infrastructure for how they read your multiplayer name, it's not. They would have done a deep dive on how they are creating the 2K account. Lex, you seen that Montez Ford video? He gained weight. That's not on Triple H's booking. That's him losing motivation and wanting to stay ready because he got burnt out. He probably got injured. Hulk said something out of pocket for his Vince years of abuse. It's not the same. No, 100%. You don't have to look up to him, but you can respect what he did. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Back then, I felt like it was normal, or maybe it was my nostalgia. What was normal? I mean, separating the person with the character and how it impacted the industry. True. That part, we can agree to that. But make no mistake about it. You gotta realize the differences between those people and the mistakes that certain people made, and you gotta also understand that the way that people accept one over the other because of their personal preference, it doesn't make that right either. As Monsoon would say, ruthless depression. I think they make too much content now, and it's even harder to keep up with demands. We get into repeat storylines. Too much content. Too much. The Attitude Era we're living. Wait, what's that? What? The 80s. What? Montez gained muscle on his likely bad angle, making him look bad weight-wise. I wish there was more pictures on him to see, but a lot of people are making a big deal of it. I hope the fantasy matches and showcase have unique cutscenes. Carter, you and I both. The way everything felt more focused on wrestling and making future, even when times were low. I got you. Yeah. Yeah, Triple H has taken solid chances on different people and has booked the show a certain way where you could see his rhyme or reason. He tries to do long stories, and he tries to buy into the realism. What up, MGM? But the biggest problem that I have with Triple H is that sometimes the stories go on too long. I feel like, for example, R-Truth. I'm going to give you guys a perfect example. What happened with R-Truth? We want truth. We want truth. He got signed because of that storyline that he did with Cena, and then, they were going to let his contract up because of the money and all this other shit. Fine, cool. Business is just business. Vince would have gone about it the same way. He would have signed him and brought him back because the fans demanded it and wanted it. And plus, Vince liked R-Truth. You know what Vince would have done with that R-Truth? He would have put either the Intercontinental title, the United States title, or the tag team titles on him. You know why I know he would have done that? Because he did it in the past. Every single time R-Truth got over and the fans started buying his merch again, because, R-Truth has kind of had like his highs and lows and in-betweens at WWE. But one thing that's been consistent with R-Truth throughout his career in WWE is that every single time that the fans were ready to embrace him again, whether it was with the little Jimmy or the, oh, my bad, doing all those little gimmicky stuff, the 24/7 title, like Vince McMahon was always there to make sure that R-Truth had his moment. And he always gave him those opportunities when the crowd was ready for it, I guess. K-Quick and Road Dogg. Throw the book at James Pierce. Throw him under prison. Night of Champions 2012. Why do you think that? The problem is too many cooks in the kitchen. Writers versus bookers. Anything come... Well, Triple H is still the head, though. The head team master, I guess. LexxExpress, thank you for another great stream. Good night. God bless. Good night, Joker. See you on the next one, man. I'll give credit to Vince, though. He gave Punk, Bryan, AJ Styles the ball with the WWE title. AJ Styles in it first. Look, not only did he do that, but he ended up caving in when the fans really wanted it. Like, people could say that he didn't like Daniel Bryan or that he didn't want to put Daniel Bryan at the spot, but he did. Does it really matter that he didn't want it? I mean, it made it better that he didn't want it. Did it not make the story better? And didn't it, like, blow up? Wasn't it awesome to see Kane and Daniel Bryan with the yes, hell no? Yes, I feel that taking too long. The biggest example for me, A-Town Down Under breakup, which went absolutely nowhere because he got hurt and they took too long. Exactly. That's an R-Truth, Lex. He should have fought to have gotten a main event push, but he didn't. How is he supposed to fight back, though? Triple H is all about the pop and focuses too much on wrestling instead of the storylines. Nah, he focuses on wrestling and the why. And they do a lot of Easter egg stuff that a lot of people may not realize, and some other YouTubers or creators in general, like TikTok, they'll put out like, oh, this is an Easter egg that connects to this. Like, he likes connecting everything. I can't say that some payoffs fizzle and some are forgetful. You're right, because not everything is a grand slam, but the focal point is definitely looking for a big pop. I'm not gonna deny that. I could see it, but he tries to connect too much sometimes. Hell yeah, I like that intro, RVD. Is it me or does it feels like they're scared to take chances with new stories? But they did. What happened with Jey Uso? Everybody turned on him. Even with Gunther. Look at Gunther. Look at the stuff with Gunther. That's taking a huge risk. Fought back for the money, not the push. I think you can only fight back so much. You're saying something that you don't know the true answer to. When it comes to WrestleMania season, I prefer Vince. Yes. Vince's road to WrestleMania. I mean, I will say, though, the road to WrestleMania 40 with The Rock, that was amazing. But I'll tell you what. How about this? I'd even argue Priest was a risk back in 2024. Most people didn't see him as world champion. Exactly. Damian Priest, like there's plenty of risks that Triple H has taken. Plenty. Not all of them have been great, but when it comes to the women's division and the men's division overall, like as a combined effort, I like what he's done because it was different to the formula that Vince was producing, but Vince's road to WrestleMania was way better. He had way more under his belt too. Remember that. Keep that in mind, guys. Vince McMahon nah. You and Brian was saying back then The Rock should have fought Roman instead of Cody. Yes, Vince McMahon would have kept that. That's another example of why Triple H took that risk. Another example of Triple H taking that risk. Vince McMahon would have kept Roman and The Rock as a WrestleMania main event, and it should have been. It was the 40th anniversary. I'm sorry. I love Cody Rhodes. I love what they ended up doing. I enjoyed what they ended up doing. I think Cody Rhodes is a deserving champion and a deserving person of those moments, but they could have done it at another WrestleMania. I'm sorry. They could have done it at WrestleMania 39. They didn't. They wanted to build up to WrestleMania 40, but then The Rock was finally ready to come back. They could have done it at WrestleMania 41. They could have done it at SummerSlam. It didn't always have to be at WrestleMania. They could have done Roman and Cody Rhodes as a trilogy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't have to be the. Not a lot of y'all turn on every new guy they push. No, yeah. A lot of people. You're right, exactly. Well, Vince wanted Cody to win the WWE title. People forget that. He just thought 39 wasn't the right time. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sure that he signed Cody and gave him a huge deal. Vince McMahon wanted Cody in WWE. But Vince McMahon loves The Rock, and if The Rock was ready to come back and have that match, he would have done it. Because Vince McMahon always goes for those like big superstar mega returns, and you know, that's the main event. Also, Vince would never book the way Triple H has. Imagine wasting a legend when he has so much time left in the tank. Vince McMahon would have ran John Cena into the ground. John Cena said he wanted to do like 300 dates. Randy Orton, same thing. Edge wouldn't. If Vince was still in WWE, Edge wouldn't be in AEW. Vince would have never let Edge walk. Edge would have still been there. Bobby Lashley would have still been there. But guess what? You would have still lost other people because that's the way it works. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, there's good and bad. You'll lose some and you'll win some. You'll gain some wrestlers and you'll lose some wrestlers. Vince was still in charge when Edge was there. Yeah, but the change in command was coming. They told Edge when they were trying to re-sign him about the dates that they had available for him. Vince knows the value of legends 100%. The Royal Rumbles have been better in terms of cheap pop with Vince there because he brought back more legends to come out. Even when you didn't expect him to, he would always bring in legends. Like that Saudi Arabia, with all the money they make in Saudi Arabia, bro, oh my God. We would have probably had Stone Cold at Royal Rumble. Yeah, I'm confused with Ray Phoenix as well. I'm excited to see Joe Hendry as well. People went back and forth between WWE and WCW all the time, 100%. Edge would 100%. Vince would 100% kept Edge to his last breath. Same with Lashley. With that being said, no way you get Naomi and Black back with Vince fully in control, 100%. 100%? Well, Aleister Black, yes. Naomi, I can't say 100% because there's a tie-in with the Usos and there's the fact that he did see her as a champion. And Vince McMahon is a big visionary when it comes to, like, you know, if the talent is worth it and she is worth it, they'll bring you back. So Naomi would have been brought back at some point. Now, the Rumble's not going to feel like a classic Rumble because it's the New Age Rumble. It's not no. Yeah, the Rumble is going to be different. It's going to be about NXT, the future, and it's going to be about, you know, who's going to main event WrestleMania, and that's it in terms of, like, copying back then. Back then, it was all about, like, maybe one or two NXT superstars, and everyone else was, like, legends and some of the roster main eventers. But the Royal Rumble now is different. So I think that Vince's Royal Rumble was always better, in my opinion, and I think his WrestleManias, the road to WrestleManias, have been better. I think Triple H's WrestleManias have been more consistent, but I think that the road to WrestleMania was just better. What do you think about Netflix exposing the script. It feels like a show within a show. But with that being said, I do feel like they're exposing a lot, and I don't like it. If I wanted to see that, well, I am watching it, so I kind of say that. I mean, I like the show. It's a good show, but I feel like it's too soon. Like the things that they show on there happened literally just months ago. I would rather them do it when like down the road, you know? I feel like it takes away from like Gunther, for example. Gunther's like this big bad asshole monster of a wrestler, and then he goes backstage and says, "Oh, that was a good match. Yeah, all right, guys. Well, everybody's happy. All right, see ya." Exactly, Pat. Exactly. You wish they reworked the in-game mechanics for the Rumble? What would you like to see different? Oh yeah, the titles not being defended. Vince did that mistake as well when the legends were off of TV. But I like that they're giving look. Triple H's management now and the way WWE gives superstars breaks, I'm all for it, guys, because they get burnt out, they get injured. You know, you don't want to see those guys and girls ran into the ground. They're there to entertain us. I get it, but you want to see them take some breaks. And Vince sometimes, when somebody was red hot, man, oh boy, he had them wrestling everywhere they could. So I like that the WWE system now, like they could take breaks if they feel burnt out. They could miss a show here and there, and you know they're doing a much better job with that stuff. You want to see a Unreal Uncut? I know, right? That'll be like the real one. Yeah, Undertaker. I mean, he's not a fan of it, but he's all in, bro. He's all in on this new WWE. They're giving him a lot of power backstage again. Vince also had more matches on PLEs than Triple H, but that comes with a lot of issues too, VJ. Triple H is letting the pure wrestling speaks for itself. Even if it's less matches, it's giving the talent more time to tell stories. So you kind of have to pick your poison there. It's all up to your preferences. But I'm not gonna lie, I like watching Raw and SmackDown when I like seeing the backstage segments. I like seeing the brawls. I don't need to see a bunch of matches on those shows. I like to see storylines and promos and a bunch of crazy shit. And sometimes they do it, and a lot of times they don't. They just do all these long ass matches, and I'm like, oh, bro, ain't nobody trying to watch this shit on a weekly show, man. Save that for the pay per view. Do that, but every so often. Maybe for the main event, I'm down. For the main event, they could do a barn burner every week. I don't mind the main event having that, but damn, like. And then sometimes they do too many run-ins. Like, you know, once in a blue moon, you'll get a run-in with Vince McMahon with somebody wearing a mask. Like, Triple H has done the whole mask gimmick with a run-in, like, so much. Does Undertaker know about I know. What does he know about Lucha? No, I mean, a lot of people are happy with the Lucha Triple A stuff that Undertaker's been doing. I think the title not being defended every week isn't an issue. The bigger issue is wrestlers who are full-time and can go months without defending the belt once. Yes. Jade's current run is rough. I don't even like Stephanie Valkyria's run either. I have to admit, WWE been entertaining. So yeah, they've been entertaining, even if I don't like some of the stuff. Oh yeah, I like the ragdoll physics and that they're adding that. I would like for the match to get messy too. Imagine paying $30 to ESPN for four. Yeah, no, you're right. But it's the time, you know. You're saying that now, Ace, but you're also mad when WWE rushes a match and they do like a 5-minute match. Yeah, I feel you on that. On that one, I like entertaining segments to get me to care about why they're fighting. Exactly. I like more of the entertainment stuff. Like when I'm watching the weekly show, I want to see some entertaining stuff. I don't need to see full-blown matches every week, bro. Like, separate. If you're gonna have a banger on Raw, then on SmackDown, make it more of the backstage antics or some swindling going on in the ring, or you know, like do more showbiz. That's I know that I probably sound like a super casual, but that's why I like the Drew McIntyre run-ins and all the stuff they've been doing with Drew and Cody and Jacob Fatu. I love what they've been doing with those three. But then you got what they're doing with Jade Cargill. I'm sorry, like I don't like it. It sucks to me. The Stephanie Valkyrie sucks to me. I think pay-per-views should have about 5 matches. Yes. And SmackDown and Raw, they could do like 3 to 4 matches. About 4 matches. 3 to 4 depending on how the show is going to be with bras and promos and presentation. But I think pay-per-views should stick to like about 5 to 6 matches. Yes. It feels like the champions are in backstage segments more than they defend their belts. Exactly. But even the backstage segments with the champions sometimes suck. You can't even compare the Roman Reigns that we're getting now. You can't even compare that to the Roman Reigns from when Vince was there, bro. The Roman Reigns storylines that they had with the backstage segments, the promos, and the matches that he would like. Roman Reigns was way better under Vince. Ever since Triple H took over, the way he's been handling the Roman Reigns stuff, I don't like the setup. Like it just doesn't hit the same. Like the Tribal Chief, I love Roman. I think he's still a good promo. He's still a good character. He could still carry, but the way they present his time is different. Exactly. 6 matches for a pay-per-view is the sweet spot, man. 5 is too little. 8 and 9 is too much. 7 is a sweet spot. And I think 5 to 7. Because you're going to have to cut trim some fat there. I miss a soap opera. I must see TV wrestling. Now I feel like I can watch highlights. Exactly. 100%. Exactly. The promo he had with CM Punk was good. That was a phenomenal promo. But how long did it take to see one of those promos come back? Roman feels like a different character under Triple H. Easily. The Bloodline stuff was fire. I mostly watched SmackDown only to see him and the Usos at one point. Exactly. Same here. I mean, it literally brought wrestling back. The WWE type. Triple H putting himself over when he retired is another problem. I don't think that he's putting himself over, bro. I think that's part of the management team. I don't think that's on him. You think Triple H really wants to plaster himself everywhere? I don't think that's him. I don't think Sammy would have gotten the push he got in the Bloodline afterwards, but I mean, Vince was in charge though. Vince trusted Sammy a lot more than you think. Well, the Wyatts wouldn't even probably exist if Vince was there. Yeah, I don't need 10 or 11 either. Roman is like Andre in the territory days. Special attraction. I'm fine with him being a special attraction, but setting him up with a story is crucial. How long did it take to get a real WrestleMania main event? I'm just tired of the Roman return stuff. Like he returned like 5 times last year. Yeah. The way that was set up was crap. It reminded me of Edge returning to fight the Judgment Day. Jordan Grace and Jade has potential. No uniqueness. There is a difference. Like, look, that's why I know you guys made fun of me. Some people were making fun of me when I said that Chelsea Green should win the Royal Rumble. I like Chelsea Green, bro. I like Chelsea Green. Not because she could do anything in 30 seconds, because Michael P. Hayes is an idiot for saying that. That all she needs is 30 seconds. Chelsea Green needs to be on TV every freaking week. I'm so sad that she got hurt. She should have won the Rumble, and she should be a main eventer. Are you going to compare Andre to Roman? No, but he's talking about special attraction-wise. Me, personally, I never watched an episode of Unreal. It's a good show, the way they set it up. Lex, you think they add What If Ryback? No. Chelsea would be great. Money in the Bank, 1,000%, bro. I think Chelsea Green, she is like right there at the cusp of main event status. She is so freaking good. You remember that storyline in 2011? The WWE roster voted no confidence to Triple H. That's going to happen in real life. That won't happen in real life. They're working so good right now there, you don't even understand. No, this is not pre-recorded. Chelsea Green is entertaining, so some people don't know what they're talking about. She's the workhorse of the women's division, 100%. My biggest issue with WWE currently is the presentation and how every PLE looks the same. Nothing sticks out anymore. I think PLEs are presented at a high level. I think PLEs still feel good. I just feel like, you're right, like the way they set up the matches, they feel all too similar sometimes. They rush it. Not many real characters that feel unique. Yeah. She feels super unique. What do you think about Braun Breaker's injury? Unfortunate, bad timing. WWE for good. I don't know if that would cash in successfully on the WWE champion. I don't know. Lex, who is your early picks to win Money in the Bank this year? I would have said Chelsea, but she's hurt. She's definitely a Karen. For the men, Obafemi. If you watched Unreal, Michael Hayes and Bruce Fisher believe her job is to put over stars like Charlotte. Well, that's what Michael Hayes said. I saw that episode. I haven't finished watching the whole season. Jay pulling a Roman? Not as good. Lex, if Vince was around, The Miz would have definitely had one more world title. Yeah, I mean, he did. Who am I talking to? I'm talking to the people in the chat. You don't see everybody chatting? I agree Chelsea Green is one of the few that has actual character. Don't seem like a cookie cutter. Exactly. What's up, Lex? How's your day going? I'm all right, man. Recovering from this cold. Who do you see winning the triple threat qualifier between Natty, Asuka, and Bayley? I hope Natty. It'll probably be either Asuka or Bayley. If I had to roll a dice, Asuka. I think Chelsea could be a great choice of the win Money in the Bank. Yep. I hope she recovers by then. I heard she broke her ankle. Ava leftover money. She left over money? How's that? I think they should give it to Dom or Trick. I'll do Trick for sure. My favorite superstars right now are... I love Trick. I love me some Trick Willie, man. Obafemi too. I want to see what they do with Oba. Trick has been good on SmackDown so far. I hope they put Obafemi back on Raw. Vince gave Miz one more run, didn't he? Yeah, he did. He lost the title. Then Bobby beat Miz. Yes, that one. I think the EST's coming back. Yeah, she's due for a return. I think Chelsea has a chance to win Money in the Bank this year. It's happening after SummerSlam. Oh, because they changed the PLE. You're right. She might have time to Trick in the Bank. That sells itself. Storylines in COVID. They were creative, but I didn't like them too much. Reminds you of Booker T? Yeah, man. He's just so charismatic. Javon is good. Miz's last WWE title reign was 2 weeks, and he lost to Bobby. Hey, at least he got another title run. Saying he would have got it again? Oh, like he would have had another one. I get you. I hope they strap the rocket to Oba. Me too. So, I thought today on during the live stream, they were going to give us more tweets, like more information. I thought we were going to get... Let me see here. I'm going to go to their page. Or actually, let me check SmackDown Hotel. I thought we were going to get some more screenshots. Today was kind of lackluster for information. But at least we did get the Ricky Saints intro last night. And we did get some cool screenshots today. You guys saw as well, I wanted to mention, how cool is it that they got R-Truth and Chelsea Green to do this, the mocap. Marketing was asked today. Yeah, today was a slow day, and I thought they would have given us another ringside report, but maybe this is like the calm before the storm. A lot of fans have sheep mentality. They only like what everyone else does. I guess kind of like it became cool to boo Jey Uso, man. My favorite wrestler, Ospreay. I like Ospreay. Ospreay's cool. He has an amazing entrance. I think we're getting news tomorrow. I think. Vince would have pushed Oba to the moon. I think eventually, I mean, he's just undeniable. Monroe did her own mocap as well. I like that they're getting everybody to do their own. That makes the game that much better. Authentic. I feel like Bayley makes more sense. Also, Natty's feuding with Maxine. I know, but I just wish Natty finally got her spot that she deserves. That Maxine feud is gonna be like on Raw. It's not even gonna be like big level. I think Natty deserves to be at WrestleMania, bro. Like, stop holding her back. Like Vince is no longer there, so put Natty, man. Somehow Vince gets the company back from TKO. Do you think he would keep Triple H as creative? He'll Triple H would stay on top with him, but I don't think Vince McMahon has a shot. I think WWE is forever gone from the family lineage, which that was annoying as hell. And that just happened because Vince was too stubborn. Yeah, they teased like Punk was gonna do new stuff, and I'm like, all right, this is perfect for the live stream. I'm gonna go over the entrances and some screenshots, and we're gonna get some more information. We ended up not getting nothing else. Yeah, they don't give it as much. You're right, VJ. They've been doing that. I want to see if they put tag entrance motion. That would be cool. I want to see what they do with Royce Keys. I hope Royce Keys is DLC. Braun Breaker would have been pushed to the moon. I think he is getting pushed to the moon. They've done the slow burner. Oh yeah, it seems like we're gonna get the Grande Americano match at Mania. I mean, it's worth it. I can't stand the Yeet stuff and then rolling it back. I don't like the rolling it back, but I don't think that Jey Uso deserves all the hate. Vince sold the company for his ego. He said it was to expand or whatever, but it was because they were voting him out. And he still got out. It just sucks. They gave Natty a whole new gimmick. I hope they actually take advantage. Exactly. Honestly confused why Becky beat Maxine back for the IC belt. Just to do the match with AJ Lee. Put something in between them. They did show the ECW arena in the Punk trailer. I did notice that from someone posting that from the early 90s. I can't stress this enough. I'm very big on the environment and the arenas. If they give us more of those classics, I'm gonna be over the moon. Like this year needs to deliver on that. Like we already got some good gameplay updates, some good weapon updates, ragdoll physics, weapon physics, brawling areas. Like give me some fire arenas, man. And these character models that they're working on, I want to get that, bro. I would love to get that Natty gimmick as a persona. They better put her in the persona pass or whatever. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely miss Randy and Miz. So reliable. I think the Vision is incredibly boring. They've gotten boring. It fell the moment Seth had to leave because of the injury. Fell off. Yeah, Braun Breaker definitely has something. That Ring of Honor CM Punk does look good. It's not the classic ECW arena though. It looks like 94, 96. I mean, that's a good one. Anything from that era, I don't even know what the hell was available at that time. I think the only reason they put the IC title on Maxine was to give MSG moment in MSG. I agree. The eating is stupid. Moments just... Yeah, I get that. The eating is silly, but you can't help but be happy for those there that love that. But on TV, it does suck. Someone who's boring, AJ. Lex said, I haven't seen the interview. I only saw clips, but I do want to watch it. You think Damian Priest is boring? But if they have Ring of Honor Punk in the game, can they license his... I mean, I'm sure they could. The Ring of Honor Punk is because he's wrestled like that before elsewhere, so it's not like Ring of Honor owns that. Yeah, I like that run it back clothesline too. ECW Arena, I think, is to replace Ring of Honor. Good point. Vince would have gotten so behind on Yi. Oh, yeah. I don't think he would have run it back that much, though. Brock Lesnar getting eliminated like a jobber. Oh, yeah. The way Brock Lesnar got eliminated and the shot of him getting eliminated, like, that was whack. He could have been in it. Oh, no. I was fine with Jey Uso until they started running it back. Yeah. Running it back is excessive. I agree. 100%. What they don't realize is that watching it at home, they're forgetting about the fans at home. They're only thinking about doing the overhyped bullshit for the people that are there, overselling the moment. Because if you're there live, you're not thinking about TV, right? You're there thinking about like having the best time of your life, and a lot of people there look like they are having a blast with him, and you know, it's just like a fun activity to do when you're there. You're part of the show, and it's something special. You got to really experience it to understand it. And I've seen it. I understand it. I've been there. But when you're at home and you're watching that shit every week, rinse and repeat, do that shit during the commercial break so you get the crowd riled up, and then when they come back from commercial, Jey Uso is there ready to roll, because that shit, it just don't, it doesn't, it's like a TV show having the same exact shit happening every single week, like, and that's what it is. Jay had a lot of layers. His character had a lot of layers. I agree with you. Damn, leader. I didn't think about that till now. I agree with you. Jay had so many layers as a character, and now he's just a yeeter. Am I ready to play some video games? Well, yeah, when I get off stream. When I get off stream, but look at my nose peeling, guys. That's not even a booger. My nose has been peeling from all the sneezing, and it's been crazy. It's been a crazy 2 weeks. During ad break, I'm cool with that. I'm all for the fans having fun. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Like, you do that during the ad break and you're good. Who's Aaliyah? Getting kicked out of the Judgment Day? I mean, yeah, I think the Judgment Day needs to end already. That group has gone on forever for no damn reason. Big Jim getting injured does suck. Yeah. That, even that bothers me. I could agree with that. The yeeting is, it's just too excessive in my opinion at this point. Jay had a good character. Jay had a good character. He had a really good storyline. His exit from the bloodline was awesome. Um, yeah, they had plenty of stuff going for Jay, but it became what it became, and it went nowhere. And that's where it started to get ruined. So, why did it get ruined? Simple. What you guys said. The repeat is too much. Look at Dave Meltzer tweeting out, wait, I thought he was going to WWE. Raquel's old tag team partner, her and Raquel beat Damage Control in 2020. She was I don't remember her, man. Looks like you need some Vaseline. Yeah, I've needed it because my nose was peeling really bad, and every time like I'm gonna shoot a video or like go out or stream, I have to make sure that you guys don't see all that, because it really looks like I got like boogers falling on it. It's not. It's just my nose has been peeling really bad, and it's been kind of painful too, because sometimes I scratch it off and I'll have like a little scab. NXT Darling, she was there for like 10 years. I had to suffer for a couple of weeks watching Jay eating and running it back because Jimmy wasn't doing 7 years. Oh wow. I see Finn winning the world title this year. I would love that. Finn needed that so long ago that it almost feels like it's coming late. Loki, I miss Vince. He's the GOAT in my book. Vince is good, man. As a worker and all that. Guys, I'm gonna be doing just for the record, I want you guys to know because I gotta advertise it. I'm gonna be doing the Elimination Chamber watch along Saturday, February 28th. I hope to see you guys there. But between now and then, we got so many different live streams that I'm gonna be doing, and videos. I know you guys have already seen probably in your inbox the videos I've been doing, but I have another stream collab happening this Friday with Kenny and Just Brian. We're going to be talking 2k26 and whatever gets revealed between now, Friday, and all that stuff. real fear of ending Judgment Day is once that group goes, JD. Oh, yeah, you're right. Have you seen JCW Wrestling? Never heard of that. Who's that? Best known for throwing up in the middle of a match? Damn, never knew her. She threw up. She was very green. Jacob Fatu should get a new entrance. Yeah, he should. ICP runs it. Who's that? We need Shane O'Mac. I want Shane back, bro. I like Shane McMahon. Finn needs some wins under his belt. He's nowhere near champion status. You're right. Vince Russo's the. That's crazy. I don't know if I even like Vince Russo's booking style. I mean, I've seen some of the stuff that he said in like his podcasts and interviews. He's not a bad dude, but not like he's the greatest booker either. Vin needs some wins for sure. I agree with that one. It's talking about Vince Russo. Interesting, man. I mean, right now is the perfect time to start up another wrestling promotion, I guess. The more the merrier. But with social media being around, they could definitely start that up. I saw that James Storm was on there. James Storm should retire. Mr. Anderson is wrestling again on a... For real? Rhea Epic model, Naomi Epic model, everyone else copy and paste new attires. That's not the case. Have you seen Drew McIntyre? Have you seen Finn Balor? Have you seen... No, stop. Just now on YouTube? Oh. He's the JCW champion? He's a champion? Lex, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but have you thought I'm taking a little... Wait, what? I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but have you thought about what? Taking a break from YouTube with you being sick? We'll support it all the way. Health comes first. Just looking out. Well, man, I'm feeling better. I did take a break. Luckily, I had the collab videos recorded with Kenny, so I was able to take a break for sure this week. And if there's content worth talking or doing something, and, you know, now that 2K25 is pretty much dead, so there's not much going on there that I could produce. But with 2K26 happening, this is the most important time. And I like coming on here doing these recaps, and I love doing the videos when there's something worth, you know, doing. And I try to spread myself as evenly as possible with a healthy balance, with health in mind, obviously, to make sure that I'm not crashing out. So thank you for checking on me, though. I appreciate it. Cross is champion for MLW. I thought that was a storyline. I thought he would come back. Lexx's top 4 personal Mount Rushmore, like my favorite of all time, my top 4 of all time. Top 4 of all time, easy. Stone Cold, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, Kurt Angle. Lex, would you become a wrestler like BDE? Hell no. Leave the wrestling up to them, and I'll watch the shows. That's just my opinion, Lex. You can be mad at me, but I feel model's quality, it goes from epic to mid. Nah, I definitely don't think so. Look up the picture of Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, and some of those other characters. They don't look mid. Dom Mysterio looks great too. Just want you to be healthy. Thank you, Wrestle. Thank you. I like that Vince Russo has common sense. He's always been a solid writer, but maybe got too gimmicky. Yeah, man, common sense goes a long way. And sometimes, what I do like about Triple H too is that he's not afraid to do something even if people predict it or gets predictable. Yeah, but Ricky Saints is a new model. He's talking about the same models in comparison to the older ones. Let Chris Danger and BDE do it. I mean, I have my own thoughts about that. I'm glad they're chasing their dreams and doing their thing. I'll never put someone down for doing that. But I'm talking as a fan of wrestling. You know, More power to them that they're doing it, but I'm not interested in their characters or their wrestling, and it has nothing to do with them as individuals, where they came from, or what they're doing. Now to now watching wrestle, yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. That's what I'm saying. He's too humble. In wrestling, I don't know. I probably have a pretty solid promo if I got comfortable, because I am a little shy, especially if you're talking about a big arena or venue. Um, I'm 6'5", so I have the height, but I would definitely have to hit the gym and take some supplements, because I don't. Oh, I guess this hand. I don't really got the muscle for it. I don't have any definition or cuts. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to take some supplements and eat a lot of protein and get super jacked up to fill out the 6'5" stature. Have you taken a chop? Hell no, I don't want to take a chop, bro. My chest will probably my rib cage will probably break. I'm not good. BD had a good match with Nick. I mean, Nick Nemeth could have a good match with anyone, but that's cool to see. And I know that he fought a lot against what's his dude named Francis, big dude. That's awesome. Bless can't beat me. He would have a hard time making a wrestling business. Stop. Have you checked AAA shows? I haven't seen none of them. Can't go to sleep. Damn, what's going on, man? Alexandria could make giants in wrestling great. I hope with Attitude Era Monday Night War Edition, I just a ton of those wrestlers. I want those wrestlers too. Now, Lex, you LWF champion is okay. Exactly. In the digital world. What would be my finisher? BD and Danger had a ladder match. That's cool. That's crazy. Um, my finisher, bro. I don't know. I would probably copy one of my favorites. I just don't have the imagination to be a wrestler, man. Like, and you gotta want to take those chops and the pain, you know. Like, I don't want to be on that shit, bro. Like, I'm not trying to sell or do none of that shit, bro. No, hell no. I'm not even athletic like that to begin with. I used to play sports, like I played baseball and basketball, and I used to try to play in my neighborhood, and yeah, I ran and all this shit, but I'd be a very sluggish 6'5" out there, and I'd probably be botching a lot of moves. And I don't want to take no bumps, man. I don't care. You can call me a punk, call me whatever you want. I ain't taking no bumps. Favorite finishing? I love the Stone Cold Stunner. I love the Spear. I love the Cutter. I love the Swanton Bomb. Um, um, the Canadian Destroyer is one that always makes me pop. Like every time I see a Canadian Destroyer, I freaking go crazy. You like the Pile Driver? Lex would choose the Stunner. Probably, man. I'd probably do the Stunner. Hell yeah. And then turn it into a rock bottom after or people's elbow. Would you say connection is more stable on PC? I have a PC and I think I'm going to get the game. Well, I never played online when I had it on PC, actually. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will probably glitch on there. Favorite tag team finisher? Man, I'll keep it basic. I like what the Hardys are doing now with the Twist of Fate and the like the Matt Hardy thing that turns into the Twist of Fate. But I like the Team 3D through the table. I can see Lex doing the 630. Hell no, man. You tripping. It's going to hurt your ass and mess your back up, man. Hell yeah. I'm not trying to do none of those things, bro. I'm not trying to do none of those things. That's what I'm saying. It's cool that they're doing it. I would never ever in a million years say anything bad about those guys. You know why? Because they're dreamers. They're driven, and that is like so cool to see someone embrace something that they've had in them that they've wanted to bring out, right? And to go after it the way they have. It's cool. It's remarkable to see. But unless they impress me like Logan Paul, which Logan Paul, it took a while before I took a liking to Logan Paul's style in WWE. They need to work on getting that type of like performance in their matches. And I'm not saying being as a high flyer like Logan Paul or taking the risk that Logan Paul has or copying Logan Paul. I'm not saying to do that. Logan Paul seems like a legitimate performer within the business. He looks the part, he acts the part, and he delivers with his moves, right? I don't think that comes overnight. You got to train and you got to build towards that. Like Bad Bunny was great in terms of the bumps he took and the things he did, but I wouldn't want Bad Bunny to just all of a sudden become a performer, right? Just because he's Bad Bunny. Like, he needs to work towards that. For me to like him, who the hell am I, right? It doesn't even matter, but you guys are asking me for my opinion. Like, the way that I see it is that these guys are not even in the realm when it comes to, like, it makes wrestling feel really fake to me seeing them perform against other people that I feel are more believable in wrestling. You get what I'm trying to say here? So for me to see like a Bad Bunny go into WWE, Johnny Knoxville's another one. Like, just going in and selling stuff doesn't mean that I want to see you there wrestle every week or at every PLE. Do I care to see you involved? Sure. Bad Bunny had a freaking awesome match with Damian Priest at Backlash. Like, they had a real legit match, and Johnny Knoxville had another fun match with what's his face, Sami Zayn. But you know, if they wrestled there on a weekly basis, see, Ronda Rousey was too real. I thought Ronda Rousey was super legit. I already bought her because I already knew her from MMA and I watched all her shit. She was freaking amazing in UFC until she wasn't, but she was a real grappler. You know, it has to be believable. And that's what I'm saying. It's not a knock on a guy like Bad Bunny who's taking the bump and the risk. It's not a knock on a guy like BDE or Denk or anyone that's trying to make it, you know. Jelly Roll, that was a cool thing to see, but you know, you just, I think at the end of the day, for me, it comes down to believability. Do I believe that these guys could be in the ring with a Nick Nemeth? No. Do I think these guys could be in the ring with an Obafemi? No. Do I think these guys can be in the ring with a Roman Reigns? No. I didn't even believe that Logan Paul could be in the ring with Roman Reigns until I saw it with my own eyes, and he actually put on one hell of a match, and, you know, he started earning that. Like, Logan Paul, now, I could see him as a WWE performer, not just some YouTuber that's trying to do this transition to wrestling. It took a while for me to see Logan that, you know? And you could label him as a YouTuber. You could label BD that as well, and these other guys, and you could label Bad Bunny as a musician. But with repetition and building up and looking the part and, you know, blend, almost like trying to blend into being a performer, right? Then I start believing that and buying into that. So it'll take time for me as a fan of the show. I wouldn't want them to do, I know one of you guys mentioned earlier, just not that long ago, IShow Speed. Like, I don't want to see IShow Speed there. Like, I saw him in the Royal Rumble and I laughed about it, but I didn't want him at the Royal Rumble. And then when I saw him in the Royal Rumble, I'm like, thank God he got speared and thrown out right away. Because I don't want to, it's like almost seeing a magician show you that magic is fake. You get what I'm saying? I don't, like, wrestling is scripted, but it's not necessarily fake when you see these performers perform the right way. When I see these guys that are not as believable, even though they're trying their heart out, I just see it as like too fake for me, and it just doesn't hit. Like, when I heard that BDE signed with TNA, I'm like, dude, I couldn't be happier for the guy. But when it comes to me being a fan of TNA, I'm like, damn, they're going for like the hype and cheese, and, you know, I saw the clips of him and Francis in a match. It wasn't all that bad. It was actually good. It actually was a solid match, and I was surprised. But you understand the difference between a guy like BDE or like Javon Evans. Like, you could see the difference. And that's not a knock on BDE. It shouldn't be, at least in my eyes. I feel like there's just levels that you got to achieve for me as a fan to enjoy the product that you're being a part of. And if they're opening the doors for other people to do this, hell yeah. That is true too. People already hated Logan. It made it easy. The illusion gets messed up with the wrong people. Shaq was dope in WWE though. Yeah, exactly. The illusion gets messed up with the wrong people. That's what I'm trying to say. So Travis Scott to me was like super cringe in the ring. He shouldn't have been in there to slap Cody, because I know for a fact that if he were to ever fight with somebody like Cody, bro, Cody's a big dude, right? He's really built. He's really about all that wrestling shit. And I'm not saying that Cody is a super hardcore mixed martial artist fighter, but you know, he is a scrapper. He is at the end of the day like a man's man, big dude in there in the ring. And do you really think somebody like Travis Scott would put fear in Cody, like slap him? I mean, he hurt him, but Cody was also just there, laying there, letting him do that. And it takes me out of the moment, because I know that if he did some real shit like that, Cody would get up and just, you know, drop his ass. But I shouldn't even have to feel that. You got what I'm saying? Like, as a fan, I don't want to feel that, because Cody is in there with some other legit dudes. Like, look at the difference between a guy like a Travis Scott and like a Jacob Fatu. Do you really think Jacob Fatu and Travis Scott could like stare at each other in the ring and like really make a believable segment? He didn't get in the ring because he didn't. Yeah, plans got scrapped because the dude did not want to take those bumps. Everybody saw him as like, you know, damn, this guy sold out. Look up what Umaga did to Steve-O. Oh man, like Steve-O, yeah, he's a crazy ass. Logan is a modern day version of The Miz. Both celebrity outsiders transition to wrestling. That's a good way to point it. I think Shaq over BD because NBA is a bigger audience than YouTube. Nah, I think Shaq is just a big dude that just instills fear in people, but he also moves a little sluggish, so you know that he can't really be in the fight with one of those smaller guys. But, you know, when he was in there with Big Show, it was more believable. It's, to me, it comes down to believability. WWE, man, Trump and Vince, they weren't even in a fight. They had people representing them like Umaga and Bobby Lashley. Get out of here with that shit. It takes away from the art of wrestling. Exactly. To me, it takes away from what wrestling is supposed to be. It ends up feeling very scripted. And one of the biggest talking points that I really love that Stone Cold brought up recently in his interview with Chris Van Vliet, he said, these people got to get out there and, you know, make the mistakes and get dirty because, you know, everything looks too choreographed. Everything looks too synchronized. It doesn't have to look like that. It doesn't have to be like that. And I agree. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree. It sometimes loses me when I start seeing all this and they both look at each other like they were going to do the same move. And I'm like, I hated when Logan came. I thought he was just getting a payday. I didn't hate it, but yeah, I'm like, I don't want Logan here. This guy's not going to do this. He's not about that. And he ended up proving me wrong. So that's my take on it. Prove me wrong. And I'll be your biggest supporter. And I'll admit, damn, I was wrong. This dude is legit. But right now, it's just too early. It's too early, you know? You could tolerate that, BD. I can't tolerate what? You could tolerate what? Like that they did like the Trump versus Vince stuff? That's why I can't stand Io Sky or Asuka or Kairi saying they do stuff I wouldn't see in no fight. I like Kairi Sane is the one that it's harder to believe, but Io Sky and Asuka, they get into it pretty good. It depends who they're fighting. Letting people do their dirty work, yeah. Is the Hall of Fame not happening because haven't heard anything? Nah, it's happening. They're just taking long to announce it. Travis Scott got banned from the NBA for 3 years. Why? I would like WWE to do a showcase on Andre the Giant. Damn, that would be crazy, huh? Gotta get a bunch of old timers there. That was more entertaining to me than BD or Chris Danger. Oh, I got you. BD's whole appeal was him being a WWE 2k YouTuber when he was doing My Rise and My Career in the older games. Lex, do you keep up with NXT? If so, how do you feel about Joe Hendry becoming NXT champion? I heard he became champion. I like that he became champion. I wish I saw it. Scale of 1 through 10, how pumped are you for Forza? I got you. That's my background on my phone. That's how hyped I am for Forza. Do you think we're getting Evolved DLC? I hope not. I sure hope not. Isn't Stephanie going to be in this year? Yeah, she is. I love Joe Hendry. He definitely reminds me of the Hurricane. He interrupted Harden after a game interview. Oh, yeah. I did see that. Damn, they banned him for that? I haven't played Ready or Not. It has a free trial going on right now. I've heard about it, but since it's like player versus CPU, that's why I haven't played it. Like scenarios. They're going to have more inductions. Damn, Lex, the game is that good? I mean, I love racing games, and I'm looking forward to it. No way, that's dope. Favorite whip? Oh, man, I like the Fast and Furious cars. I'm a big fan of, like, getting some of those older cars from the earlier movies. But, damn, I don't know which was my favorite. Good question. I gotta put some thought into that, actually. Still waiting for Batista to get inducted. Still waiting for Batista to get inducted. Still waiting for Batista to freaking get updated in the game. I mean, it's a crime what they're doing with Batista. Besides the racing, what do they have to do? What do they have to do that what draws you in? Well, like this year they're gonna do like garages for you to like expand your collection and invite people to watch it. So that reminds me of Test Drive. As you can see, Lex isn't a fan of Forza. You're gonna mod the game. I like that, and I like doing the races, and I like unlocking the cars and stuff. I have Motorfest. Yeah, I like Motorfest. Motorfest is cool. I would love a Batista showcase. He already said he won't wrestle again. Who said that? Oh, Batista. Yeah, he did say that. I mean that. Yeah, bro. I mean, it's good that he's fully retired. That's why I thought it was funny that John Cena said, "Oh, people retire and come back." Batista retired and he hasn't come back, and he's admittedly said that he's never coming back. Like Batista left to Hollywood and came back when he was ready to come back, but he came back. He went on a run and he said, "I'm retiring on this day. Hey guys, I'm done wrestling." He told everyone after, and he hasn't come back. John Cena's not the first to say I'm retiring and never coming back. John Cena's the second. Batista's the first. Because everyone always comes back. Batista hasn't. Have you seen Batista's new movie on Prime Video? Haven't, but I want to. I know it just came out with Jason Momoa. He can't come back. Thanos injured him. Hey, Lex, since you love cars, what are your thoughts on the new Fast and Furious movie? I love the Fast and Furious movie. I got all of them on 4K. I've enjoyed all of them a lot. They're some of my favorite, most popcorn-filled, cheesy movies. Can't wait. They did him dirty in 2014, bro, for real. He should have won that title. I agree. I agree, man. When Batista won that Royal Rumble and everybody was chanting Daniel Bryan and all that shit and hijacked his moment, I was annoyed. Good night, Golden. Yeah, I'm about to wrap up here, too. We're about to reach 3 hours and a half. We're going to get some rest, too. Catch you later. So I'm guessing, Lex, the mods for the rules racing games must be crazy. I don't do mods on them. But yeah, a lot of people get real crazy with the modifications. Like, the game allows you to change the cars up a lot anyways. But you're saying what gets me excited for Forza 6? Graphics, beautiful. The fact that you could do the car clubs, you could do the garages now and earn to, like, decorate your house. And things like that. Plus the car, like it sells itself to me. I'm just attracted to those games. Like I remember when Forza Horizon 5 came out, I immediately played it and beat it, reached level 100, unlocked the whole map and all that. And I stopped playing it. I haven't played it as much as I wish I would have. But like another one that I've been playing and slowly progressing through is Test Drive Unlimited Solar. What is it, Solar Crown or whatever? Which it's not the greatest, but and then the Crew Motorfest. I've raced online in Forza, but the other ones I haven't really raced online, honestly. I play mostly offline. But are you saying Evolution as like Evolution like the TV show or like Evolution with Batista and Triple H and all that? Forza is on Game Pass. Forza 6 isn't yet. NBA has to set an example. I'm glad they did. Have you played Fast and Furious Arcade Edition? I haven't played that one. There's a Fast and Furious game that I've been trying to get for like the PS3 or 360, but I haven't gotten it yet. LWF Forza Edition? I wish. Have you played Midnight Club? I have them, yeah. I have Midnight Club 1, 2, and 3. I'm missing LA, but I used to have it. Hunt Showdown I haven't played. You want to know what's funny? As I'm watching your videos on my TV and commenting in the chat on my phone, that's funny. Well, I'm really big on your TV, huh, Gunner? Batista, Triple H, Randy. Oh yeah, that would be cool if they added the Evolution. The stable was awesome. When they reformed, I thought that was cool too. Hoping for Uncharted reveal tomorrow. They're not gonna reveal Uncharted tomorrow. I have the Uncharted collection. I actually bought Uncharted 2 the other day for $3 at the thrift store. Lex a big boy on the TV. I'm a big boy. But yeah, tomorrow is the PlayStation Showcase. I want to watch it. Hopefully it's the partner showcase. It's not for exclusives. Vin Diesel and WWE, man, he's too old. I'm doing some same texting on the phone. Good old fashioned extraction shooter. I played a little bit. I played about 5-6 hours of the Arc Raiders, which I liked a lot, but I haven't played it a lot. Oh, you don't watch the long format content on your phone anymore? My TV doesn't let me comment. Thank you. I'm excited to play as Ricky Saints and Joe Hendry as well. Cornell said no reveal tomorrow. Still here cooking. Yeah, we're at the end of the line here, man. We're at the end of the line here. I wanted to get to 3 hours and a half since I saw it was so close. I was like, all right, man, we're about to get to 3 hours and a half. But yeah, we started talking about all sorts of games now here at the end. It always happens at the end of the stream. Snooki was more entertaining than BD. Man, that's just taking a jab and throwing something his way for no reason, man. Let that dude live his dream. Good for him. He is signed to TNA. Enjoy the freaking ride. There's no need to throw shade on him. You feel me? He might be throwing a curveball. I mean, Carter, last year we watched it together. Remember, we were watching the PlayStation showcase and they revealed the WWE island with the details and all that shit. They did that whole sizzle with the island and we started streaming back on this channel. I was on the gaming channel and I came back over here. Lex versus Kenny Bob in an Inferno match. I'm down. Let's do it. Who's going to get set on fire? What do you think about deathmatch wrestling? Don't like it. I think it's corny. I think when I was a kid I loved it. Thought it was legit. Exactly. I'd rather a bra and panties match from the old days. I think those death matches are just wrestlers putting themselves through all that pain and all that shit. Like it's supposed to be hardcore and it's very tough and it's like no. Just because you're doing those stunts and all that, I don't like it. I don't, and it doesn't even, if WWE were to do that, I'd blast them like there's no tomorrow. I just don't like that shit, bro. It does nothing for me as a fan. It's something that doesn't do, it's an oh my God moment. I mean, look, man, when they've done certain things for the illusion of the moment, I have 100% enjoyed it to a degree. But when you go to like no man's land, like look, I'll tell you what, you know what I'm tired of? When you see that someone's gonna get speared ringside, sometimes they do it at an angle where you can see it coming from a mile away. I don't like that. Or when the table doesn't feel like legit broken, I don't like that. But you know, the tables, the ladders, the chairs, the candlesticks, that's cool. The cage matches. But like some of the stuff that Darby Allin has done is crazy. Some of the stuff that Matt Cardona has done is crazy. The barbed wire, it it's just a little too much. And it's not because I can't take seeing the blood, it's just that it does nothing for me in story. Speaking of which, you know what's one thing that I really hate? I hate cage matches with pins inside. I hate that WWE does pinning inside the cage match. For me, cage matches mean you're climbing through the door or up top. That's it. I hate the pinning inside the ring. I love so much that Jesse Ventura, who didn't know anything about the product in the modern day, made fun of WWE for doing the pin in the ring and without the escape. Like if you don't escape the cage, man. AEW does the same thing. Yeah, they do the pinning in the ring as well, and they actually bring weapons oftentimes into those matches. I didn't like when Swerve brought like the needle and all that. Like I get they were trying to emphasize on the hatred and the rivalry, but that's just like, why are they like, what's the point? Like, all right, I get it. You guys are rivals. You're watching the 2K26 community mad video. Well, yeah, because I was trying to say that if you're that mad about the game, don't buy it. Like, just stay away from it. The hyperthermic needle, to be exact. Yeah, I just that spot, it makes me cringe. I'm like, what's the point? Like, you guys are sick. Um, Billy Gunn is still there. Billy Gunn is still with AEW. Thoughts on Ted DiBiase Jr.? What? Doesn't he have like a bad case going around? Isn't he in trouble with the law? Like, didn't he do some scam or something? I don't know. You know what I hate? What? I feel like instead of pinning in cage matches, they should be last man standing. They could do that. You won't never forget that match, though? You're right. I'll never forget it. Might be getting time soon. Yeah, but for what? What is it? What is it for? Guys, we're at the 3:30 mark. So before we sign off, ladies and gentlemen, it's your chance to ask me any questions about 2K26 and any reveals they might have revealed recently. I'll do a little fire away before we end the stream. We're about to end the stream now. I'm just giving you a little like 2-minute warning, so to speak. Steel chair to the back, over and over in Extreme Rules. That's whack. Not a fan of deathmatch either. I like Extreme, but yeah, I like the Extreme Rules stuff and using different weapons and props, but how come Billy Gunn could be in WWE games and Goldust and Jericho can't? Well, Goldust isn't. Jericho, I think it just comes down to popularity and the type of contract that they have with AEW. And it's also who you know. Welfare scandal? What the hell? I don't even know what that even means. Between the 4 new match types, which are you most looking forward to? Inferno, 3 stages of hell. I would say Inferno. Should we get show intros back? We should, but I don't know if we are. Did they say if they were going to announce all the DLC? They said they were going to announce the DLC characters, but they weren't going to announce all the rewards. So yes, we are going to get the DLC characters announced before launch. Are you hyped about Universe this year? Not yet. Not yet. Draft is cool, but I need more than that. If that's all they're bringing, then I'm going to be sad because I'm not going to play it. Not that much. Saying he was taking money from there? Ah, man. I can't believe he's struggling with money. Why didn't he just do some wrestling stuff, man? His dad is Ted DiBiase. He could have gone to wrestle somewhere. Maybe if he's not passionate, he could have been a wrestling producer. I don't know. When you're caught in some shit like that and you didn't take advantage of like your opportunity to further yourself as a person and you're doing some shady stuff, I mean, I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, bro, that's just unfortunate. Did you hear that weapon submissions are not exclusive to I Quit matches? I didn't know. That's actually really damn cool. For all the seasons, I believe it's all the seasons that they're going to announce the DLC characters, yes, but not the rewards. Keep in mind, the rewards are going to be something else. The premium rewards. We're doing the first ever LWF draft when the game comes out. Not immediately. Gotta wait a little bit. Because Jericho and Goldust are in AEW. Also, they don't have a Legends contract with WWE. You're right. I think it just comes down to who's who. They're not really millionaires. Not all of them. And some of them mismanage their money. Even if they did get to $1 million, it doesn't mean just because you earn $1 million doesn't mean you keep $1 million. So I don't know how his contract was. I'm sure he got paid a couple hundreds of thousands of dollars. And when he was riding that wave early in his career, I'm sure he got paid good. But it seems like he might have blown through his money. Will the normal legends be unlocked? They're going to be part of Season 1 for the Battle Pass, which I know you don't want to hear that, but yeah. I think Brett Favre was involved in something like that too. Yeah, it's just crazy to me. Brett Favre was actually using money for the volleyball team at school or something like that for his daughter. Like he was doing some cheesy shit. You can't bleed from thumbtacks. That's a disappointment. That's a disappointment that they didn't figure that out before adding that in. That's definitely a disappointment. I agree that not adding thumbtacks is rough. I saw Jesse from Pro Wrestling Shoot talk about it on YouTube earlier on one of his videos. Supposedly it's available in any no DQ match. Oh man, that's awesome. Shout out to Jesse. I want improvements with promos and hopefully, yes, me too. Online matches about to be crazy. I sure hope so. That server better hold up. Do you know if they're announcing DLC before the game comes out? Yes. That's the same question that Carter was asking. The characters will be announced according to them before launch. They said more info on that later, but the rewards will be announced separately as the seasons come. No announcement for when the universe mode stuff will be revealed. Nothing yet. I'm sure it's going to come with the Creator Fest content. They're probably just going to use the Creator Fest for the rollout. Jericho really popular. Yep. More than Billy Gunn, bro. More than Billy Gunn. I'm saying it depends on popularity and the kind of contract that he has with AEW. I don't think AEW has like this fond or huge contract with Billy Gunn. I think Billy Gunn's just there because, you know, he got to work. Good night, R11. Thank you for stopping by. I'm going to just say 2K needs to put Maven in the game. No, they don't. It is what it is, bro. I'm going to have to deal with the Battle Pass. Hey, we'll deal with it together. Need that influencer DLC? No, the hell we don't. See, that's that. You guys are taking it too far, and then I'm going to be blaming y'all. Stop that shit. I do not need I Show Speed in there. And I like I Show Speed. I think he's cool. They better have more special guest referee. They better. Don't get me started. They better have more special guest referee matches and online. What's your favorite hardcore match? Mine is Randy versus Cactus Jack. That's a good one. I like Attitude Era. Give me anything from the Attitude Era, man. Mankind, The Rock. The Rock, remember when The Rock was wearing the... that's probably one that comes to mind immediately. The Rock was wearing like that V-neck with the Adidas pants. I would probably pick one of those. Any word on My Rise and My GM stuff? Unfortunately, nothing yet. We'll get that soon. Yeah, the IGN's roster reveals will probably happen again. Or maybe WWE just uploads a really fast video with Xavier Woods reading the entire roster. Probably because they have some stuff they don't want to spoil. Yeah, there's definitely stuff they don't want to spoil. I need UFC DLC. I'll take it. Wonder if we can see the Hardy Boys, Nick Nemeth. I would like Nick Nemeth in the game, and of course the Hardy Boys. But I want them to give us Moose as well. Pro Wrestling Shoes said he had information dropping about Universe on Monday. There you go. Shit, for all we know, Creator Fest will be done by then. When is Creator Fest? I think they said mid-month, right? Wasn't Mike Straw reporting mid-month? We getting Ref Lex and LWF? Hell yeah, they better give us more options. That's all I'ma say. And that's the bottom line. I wish we get to climb that Hell in the Cell with the shopping cart. That ain't happening. Halftime Heat, what's that? The Halftime Heat match? Guys, I tried to do the rapid answering your questions or even just whatever you wanted to talk about with 2k26. That's a wrap for our stream. I'll be dropping another video tomorrow. Hopefully they give us some more stuff. When's my next retro stream? I got the pile of wrestling games right there. I know I keep talking about those retro streams coming. I'm trying to stockpile the games, but right now I just don't want to hurt the algorithm. Let's get through the 2K26 hype season, and I'll start bringing those retro streams into the mix at some point. I've been wanting to do it for the last couple of years, and I've done it every once in a while, but I think right now I would be ruining the algorithm. I just don't want to tap in and ruin it because I've done that before and I've paid the price. So the YouTube gods right now are flowing and glowing, and I don't want to put that stop on my channel. So I got to be very careful with how I roll out the retro streams. Do you think they will have any big improvements? They better have more than just draft. I'm thinking last year they did a lot of stuff under the hood that we didn't expect. So hopefully we get some surprises. Leon Slater. Yeah, he's one of those guys that WWE really likes. I've been grinding weekly towers. I was going to do that and I never got around to. They come in like Veer? Hell yeah. Also, they said arenas and championships are part of the ringside pass, which I'm really happy about. I really want to unlock new arenas and get new arenas. New stories. Yep. Mike Straw is in Vegas as well as Tom Henderson for a PS5 thing this week. Really? There's a PS5 thing going on this week. I think PS5 will be updating the PS5 Pro and console. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they give us some new stuff tomorrow. We sure need it. We're thirsty. And I ain't talking about water. We need that glaze. Shout out to everyone that commented, liked, lurked, tuned in, tuned out. Peace. Listen to this little song right here, though. I like this song. You know who the wizard is? Here it is. I know. I was setting it up. I didn't want to scare you guys with the music loud. Here it is.
The echoes of triumph and breezes bold. Lex paints the skies with an unstoppable light. Every stage it becomes their light. In the heart of the sea where champions reside, Lex Henry reigns on a decimal tide. Strength in the name, courage in the voice. The island roars, it's made its choice. Lex Henry, the world turns to sea. The power and grace of destiny's free. With the sun at their back and the stars in their flight, the island's champion shining so bright. On the heart of the sea where champions reside, Lex Henry reigns an unstoppable tide. Strength in the name, courage in their voice. The island roars, it's made its choice. Lex Henry, the world turns to sea. The power and grace of destiny's free. With the sun at their back and the stars in their flight, the island's champion shining so shores of glory, they carve their name.